Flat on the floor of my life, the world just leaves me behind. I wanted more at this point, but I keep losing my voice. I don't wanna be like that though. Better grow a fucking backbone. I don't wanna be like that though. Better grow a fucking backbone. Shaking like a train, overcame to the face all day. Looking like a chain, my brain lazy in Flat on the floor of my life, the world just leaves me behind. I wanted more at this point, but I keep losing my voice. I don't wanna be like that though. Better grow a fucking backbone. Better grow a fucking backbone. Better grow a fucking backbone. Backbone, 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 Shaking like a train, overcame to the face all day. Looking like a chain, my brain lazy in Set out, left off from the shore. She thinks it's buried deep right now. I've reached the top. I'm falling right back down to earth.
Welcome back to Baltic Esports League Season 2. I'm your caster, and we of course joined here by V. And
Hello.
Today we have two matches of the week, but I would say this is the most exciting day of the week.
Yeah, definitely. Wednesday is the most exciting day of this week, as obviously we're going to see Walsim versus eSports today, as well as with another matchup, and that is going to be Skinlords versus Lithuania. So I believe all of these names should be known by now,
Yes,
for
definitely.
everyone. If you don't know, you're about to find out relatively soon in terms of what these teams are made of.
Exactly, and then of course the third game as well, which is going to be Mighty Wolves against Zalgiris eSports, which is, I'm really excited actually to see that matchup. We both called Walsim versus WSD Sports, and of course the other matchup, Skinlords versus Lithuania, the matches of the week. But I have to say, Mighty Wolves against Zalgiris, that has to be exciting.
Yeah, and obviously Zalgiris have a point to prove coming in from previous season, and obviously picking up the team name of Zalgiris eSports.
Of course.
It is one more time a name that they need to justify, and they once again have a chance to do so. So hopefully we're going to see great things coming out from them today. Really excited, and as the last match of the day, it also should be a pretty good show match for them in terms of how much they've learned, what they've changed, and how they've adjusted.
Exactly, but now let's take a look at the schedule, what we saw this week or what we're going to see tomorrow. As of now, they are on the screen. So we already saw Ein versus WSD Sports, which was kind of a stomp from WSD Sports. The Estonians battled out and was 16-5. Pretty fast game.
Yeah, the game was literally over a lot sooner than I was expecting, especially considering your comments coming up from Ein. And then the next following game we saw afterwards was Figaro 5, and they played against
Aston Esports.
Yep.
And that, of course, went 16-9. Figaro 5 managed to win this one. I was kind of, I have to say, disappointed in Aston Esports showing. I thought they definitely could have played better on that dust too, but that didn't show up. And then, of course, one of the most exciting matches that we've seen this week was Mighty Wolves against Clutch.
Yeah, so Mighty Wolves against Clutch was definitely one of the closest games we've seen so far.
Yes.
Despite also yesterday seeing the comeback of Walsim here, but definitely a big surprise coming in on the very first day in terms of what exactly we were prepared to see from these two teams.
Definitely. And then, of course, yesterday we saw Walsim, which we're going to see today as well. Then went 16-12, as you said, the comeback. A Celtic versus Red Eye, that as well was...
well, it was...
actually, the scores are wrong, isn't it? A Celtic won them 16-4.
Yes, so we have a bit of a glitch here on the screen. Apologies for that, but one more time. So Celtic did win 16-4 over a Team Red Eye. So Team Red Eye, I believe that was a really cold shower served for them by Celtic.
Definitely.
And obviously they then never released the trigger on their weapons when they were rushing through on the map the Mirage. I will remind you one more time, at one point the result was 1 versus 9 in favor of the Celtic on Mirage, whilst they are on the terrorist side. So
yes, that was not good. I was expecting a lot more from Team Red Eye, but for today, as we already mentioned, there's so many things going on. Walsim versus WSD Sports, one of the big dogs from Latvia and Estonia. That will be a really close game, I have to say. I at least think so.
Yeah, definitely. As I said, this is my pick of this week in terms of matches to see, just off the fact that, well, we already saw a brief introduction from WSD Sports in terms of how they introduced themselves in this season.
Aggressive.
Obviously, Walsim also have shown up displaying a good amounts of knowledge in Counter-Strike, displaying that they are never out of this game. So obviously it is going to be a very close match, at least what we hope so to see today, and curious to see how will each of these teams approach this.
Definitely. At the moment, the players are getting ready into the game, so that's going to happen in a bit. But let's check out what else we're going to have today. So Skinlords against Lithuania. This is my match of the week pick because this was the grand finals in Season 1.
Yes.
And I think there's a lot of things that Skinlords want to prove that they can do it, because I believe in Season 1, in the group stage, they did beat Lithuania.
I believe you're right.
It was like 1-1 something. Yeah. So I think Lithuania as well, they want to hold that title. They want to be strong and show why they won the Season 1. So as well as a close match. And as we already spoke before, Mighty Wolves against Zalgiris. Both of the teams, I think, have been preparing, at least what we saw from Season 1, that Zalgiris eSports, they always came prepared. They had really good strats. I really like their approach on, I believe it was Cash.
Yes.
So I actually hope to see Cash on this map. And as well, the friendship between Emis and Reggie, and as well, it will be kind of a battle there.
Correct. So would you like to talk about the first match a bit?
Yeah, definitely. We're going to see Overpass, a map that I kind of like because you can boost over so many walls. There's a lot of tactic put into that map. But what do you think? Is it going to be Walsim with their experience and their calmness that are going to get them to win this game? Or will VAZ Sports aggression will be just overwhelming?
Overpass in general is a map that requires a lot of rotations coming out from both sides. So regardless on which side you are, you always need to be ready to rotate fast. As obviously because of this connector, you can very quickly rotate between these two sides. And if the CTs don't have a clear mid control, they will be always guessing as to where the hit is going to come from. So obviously it's a lot of information gathering for the CT side, and obviously for the terrorists, a lot of aggression, what VAZ Sports are known for.
Yes.
Really favors them on this map, and especially if they can combine it with quick rotations or quick fakes, and like you can really quickly sell a fake rush, then obviously that's something that's going to pay off hugely. So my pick in terms of our prediction game that's going on, I will remind you that currently somehow, and I don't really know how, he is in the lead by one single point. And as we all know, that is absolutely nothing and means nothing. Then I'm going to be picking that actually VAZ Sports are going to win this one, and I'm going to say with the scoreline 16-12. If that means anything. So I believe it's going to be a close game, because I know a lot of the players on the side of Walsim are experienced on this map and have played it before, especially Yakinder and Kree have played it on a high level beforehand. Obviously, that's a lot of experience that most likely has been already shared alongside with his teammates. And undoubtedly, one more time, I would also like to see Brocky showing up on this match
as well,
and would like to see at least the minimum amount of same success he had yesterday, if not more, and hopefully more of those AVP shots.
Yeah, because this is a map that you want to play the AWP with.
Yeah. But I feel like VAZ Sports aggression might be a bit too much for them.
It could, but my pick is going to be Walsim. I'm going to say 16-12 in their favor. So I'm just going to turn it around. So, and that's why, although VAZ Sports have won Sply first season 16-11 on Overpass, and then again Malco 16-4, which is just a crazy game to see, I still think that Walsim, they don't play like any other Latvian team. Does that sound correct? They have a bit different playstyle with their players, with their experience. As you said before, Kree and Yakinder, they have played on a completely different level.
Yeah, so they're definitely going to approach the map in a different fashion, because you really need to play Overpass a lot to understand how it really works. And I know a lot of Latvian teams don't really like Overpass in general. And on top of things, it is a hard map in terms of you need to really pick your timings when you are going to be rotating. Otherwise, you might literally give up the site 2-3 seconds before a full execution is coming its way. And then it's going to be very hard for you to get back into this site, especially if we're talking about a bomb site, if it's being overwhelmed and overtaken. Yeah. So essentially what is also CT spawn, coincidentally, in this map. It's just you really need to wait out the smokes first, then find out the positions, and only then afterwards you can start retaking this. Whilst on B side, you still have a few options of hiding yourself and perhaps getting like a lucky pick here and there.
Yeah, so that could be the case. But I want to hear from you, which of the players you're going to pick out from each team as like the players to look out for in this matchup?
From Walsim, I would say on this map probably Yakinder.
Okay.
My reasoning behind it being that I've seen him play this map before, and I know how quickly he can rotate around, and he really has a good idea and good sense of in terms of how to play around this. From the side of VAZ Sports, this is a tough one.
Right. But they do have some aggressive players. They do have Shocks, the addition, which did kind of blow us away.
Yeah, I actually would like to see Shocks here. I feel like he will have a lot of room to play around in this map. And just off the fact that if in the first season he was really good on train, where there are a lot of directions coming in, I feel like that might come into play here also for VAZ Sports on the defensive side.
And do you think it's very important to start on CT side here?
No. Overpass is traditionally still considered to be a terrorist-oriented map, just because, one more time, CTs need to gather a lot of information before they can truly understand what's going on, and that's already like sort of an advantage for the terrorist team, because if they go for a quick execute or if they go for the slow approach, regardless, CTs will need to risk it ever so slightly at some point, meaning that there will be always a huge risk for one of the CTs to lose their life in the process of gathering the information here.
Okay, at the moment I want to remind you about the one thing that we'll give away today. Do you remember what that is? What are we giving out today?
Food?
Oh, we are giving away food, exactly, in the form of 10 euros from Volt Delivery Service. So be sure to check out the stream. And at one point in the stream, we'll give away a code for 10 euros. So be sure to write in the chat hashtag Volt to make sure that you enter the giveaway. And then, of course, we're going to give you the winners afterwards. But for now, I don't see eSports getting into the game.
It's
quite unfortunate.
They're probably going to play the good old card of I would like to hope to see, that they enter all 5 in the same time.
Maybe they're practicing, because I remember the first season as well. From time to time, I got a message saying that they're still in matchmaking. They're still practicing.
Matchmaking.
Okay, maybe it wasn't matchmaking. Maybe it was.
I really hope it wasn't
else.
Matchmaking.
Well, no. do you really not think that matchmaking is some kind of a practice before a game?
I do. I am a strong believer in death matching, meaning that I don't lose time watching something horrible going on the map.
That's a great way to put it.
Excuse every single person that is playing matchmaking. It's complete trash. Quit. Stop wasting your time. Enter a deathmatch server and get better. Yeah,
that is kind of true. You have to be ready to have those shots in, those one-taps in, those quick flicks. But for now, I believe we're going to head into small commercial break, and when we come back, eSports against Walsim.
Go big, go boom, with guns of boom. Like the sound of big booming 4v4 friend fragging action? We'll fix you up. Go big, go boom, with guns of boom.
All I wanna do is say,
here's a little light of mine that I would never dare to find if you and I didn't collide.
all I wanna do is say,
You've taken me by surprise. You brought me back to life. You didn't even have to try.
all I wanna do is say,
Yeah, I'm flying away to the birds in LA and I won't be back. But I promise to you that the miles in between us will never change. The nights we stayed up, it felt okay. Turning to love, a million days wouldn't be enough, so I can't stay.
all I wanna do is say, all I wanna do is say,
Every time I say goodbye, missing you is hard to hide. But baby, it's worth the price.
all I wanna do is say,
With confidence in your eyes, you've taken off my disguise. I'll never leave that
all I
behind.
wanna do is say,
Yeah, I'm flying away to the birds in LA and it hurts so bad. But I promise to you that the miles in between us will never change. The nights we stayed up, it felt okay. Turning to love, a million days wouldn't be enough, so I can't stay.
all I wanna do is say, all I wanna do is say,
I wish that I could stay. Stop counting down the days. How bittersweet to say. I wish that I could stay.
all I wanna do is say,
All I wanna do is stay. But nothing will ever change. change. The nights we stayed up and felt our pain turn into love. A million days would be enough, so I can't stay.
All I wanna do is say. All I wanna do is say. All I wanna do is say. Send my heart into the sound, slowly drifting into your arms. It blows away in new directions. It's your turn to know something that is real. The Milky Way, I feel your splendor. You're the weakness that I find. It melts away into forever. As I learn, and I know that it was Send my heart into the sound, slowly drifting into your arms. It blows away in new directions. It's your turn to know something that is real. The Milky Way, I feel your splendor. You're the weakness that I find. It melts away into forever. As I learned, and I know that it was real.
Gentlemen, welcome back. We are live soon. Both teams are ready. Both teams are in. So already have our predictions in. So you're rooting for VAS Sports.
Yeah, one more time,
16-12.
I'm going to be rooting for VAS Sports. It's going to be 16-12 for me, and as I understand, it's going to be the switcheroo with the scoreboard, so you're rooting for Walsim.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. Always, man. Always.
Okay.
Walsim.
Well, finally, I will even out this scoreline in this prediction game. The result of this week's prediction game you're going to see on Monday, where we will punish each other on Shameful Mondays. So stay tuned for that one.
It won't be Monday. It probably will be Tuesday, unfortunately.
We'll see how it goes.
Yes, but I think soon we're going to be ready. They should start cutting each other with knives pretty soon to make sure who's going to take whatever side they want to take. But as you said before, you really think it doesn't matter for these teams which side you get on?
I honestly don't think any of these teams are really too bothered on which side they will start, just based off the fact that both of these teams are capable of aggression and passiveness and of like really thought through rounds. And considering all of this comes combined on Overpass one more time, as I said, our rotations are going to be extremely important here. I feel like both of these teams can execute it as well as it gets. Probably there's some sort of personal preference from either team, but so far, at least in terms of the playstyle they put on the table, it is definitely going to be a close one. And also wanted to say that VAS Sports in general, together with Walsim, are one of the two teams in this season that actually prefer, even though a fast and aggressive game style, but it is still considered to be like a clean classical approach to CS. Like you don't really see too many wild things coming out from them. It's just really a good executions, really good played out rounds, and obviously thought through plays. So I feel like it's going to be one of the best matches we're going to see this week, definitely, potentially.
No. My match of the week is going to be the best one. The rematch from finals. Oh my god,
nobody cares about finals. It's a done deal. It's a done deal.
You're saying it's going to be best matchup. You're saying VAS Sports is going to win. Well, like we expect VAS Sports to win, kind of because of their.
Well, you can see that they already won the knife round, so they're
congratulations, and they're super happy about that, right?
Of course. Actually, VAS Sports have decided to choose the CT side in this map, so curious to see what is the reasoning behind it. I suppose they will have some sort of plan behind here, so we're going to see how they're going to make use of these USPs. We are heading into the first round here. Perfect. Slowly. So curious, how many people are they going to put onto the B side?
Yeah, as you said before, the Glock train is kind of scary. I'm thinking VAS Sports, when they're on T side, they're quite dominant. But as you can see here, okay, also they're going to head towards middle. Let's see what can Vista do here. He sees the enemy players, but does not damage them. And now it's going to be, maybe they're going to go through toilets towards B, as I know that is one of the tactics to go for here on the overpass, but let's see if that's going to be their plan. At the moment, they're going to take the control of the toilets as well, just to move on forward. Just seeing there's going to be Spur here already, but also him. He doesn't hit the shot. But let's see now. Oh, Husky with the first kill. Let's see if he can get anything else. Kree is going to get the kill, and now Shop. He's in the side, but he's going to go down to Kree. Now for the rotation, Dodds and Bitcher, 2v3 situation. Let's see what can they do as the bomb is now going to be planted. Instantly, Bitcher takes down Brocky. That is huge win for them in terms of retaking the side. So let's see, Kree and Viscus, what can they do? Kree in pretty stand-up position. Viscus as well, and he's going to get the first kill. Bitcher knows where the players are. I think he knows where Kree is as well. Can he get the last kill?
He doesn't have a defuse kit, so he needs to force this battle and needs to force it quickly.
He has the defuse kit, but Kree instantly steps out, gets the first kill, and now Walsim, they're looking to say this one 16-12, right?
No. Nice try? No.
Sure.
You can see that Walsim are going to be, well, at least Kree is going to be definitely forcing up and is going to purchase an AK. The remaining team, also Husky is going to pick up an AK here, and 2 MAC-10s and also 1 MB7 on Viscus' side here. You can see a standard spray through coming in here from Husky, just in making sure no quick players have reached from the CT side the short position. So Walsim have already gained aggressive here, and Bitcher pushes out, gets an actual kill there, almost drops another one, and Dodds
as well getting to, okay, now on 2 kills, the playing field is kind of leveled now.
Yeah, this is dangerous. I feel like Yakinder knows that there's a guy in the corner, he should fake these doors. Oh, actually no.
He's gonna wait for him. Okay, so he closes just to be sure. If they come through, they have to open them. But let's see now as they're moving in. They did spot the player in the back of the side. They have to be careful. Already from the back lines. Vista is coming in with the CZ. Can he get the first kill? He's spotted the player full flash, but still Husky. He's gonna get the kill. And only 2 players will remain. Shocks and Spur. Both of them get the kill. Only Husky remains. He's gonna get one with the AK. Great thing that he had the AK, and now he just managed to get away from Spur, as now Spur is going to rotate towards the A side as well. He understands what's going to happen here.
And Spur also has a nade in hand, so he can actually try to pre-nade this site and hope that he can get this free kill. I'm not entirely sure if he knows that the remaining player on the side of Walsim, that is Husky, is on low HP here. You can see Husky quickly just checking if no sneaky rotations are coming through, and by this point Spur understands that most likely he's going to be sitting on the stair position here, as obviously he hasn't posted him up, so of course
let's see who's gonna spot who. Oh no, Husky is perfectly hiding. Even if Spur wants to go there, he doesn't have the time. Now the bomb will going to be started defusing, and let's see, Husky, can he get the kill? He already sees the player, now he gets him.
Just making sure he lands that kill there, obviously in that position, and also in every other. You really don't want to make too many mistakes, and especially when the player model is with his, well, for the most part, with the backside towards you, or obviously the hitboxes can sometimes be a bit funky with that, so you really want to take your time with those sort of kills.
And that was very expensive round for Walsim as well. They lost 4 players, only 1 AK saved from that, so they rebought 1 on Cree, and all the other guys have max 10s. You can see already they're putting it to use. They're heading towards long. Let's see what can Dodds do about this one. He has the P250 in his hand. Let's see if he can get any kills. Nope, instantly shut down, as now Spur is going to rotate back, head towards the A site probably. As I don't know if they spotted Husky. Husky spots them first.
And Shocks manages to find a kill onto Rocky here with the USP, but will be taken down by Viscus inevitably, as well as Cree and Husky both also find kills here, and now only Bitcher remaining here. Spots the player, but will go down because that aim punch with no armor is devastating. So especially when you have the CZ in hand, like, you can essentially consider that you don't have any recoil control whatsoever. So finally, the first buy round coming out from eSports here. We can see that they've bought a limited amount of utility, obviously because they don't have a lot of money here, but there are 4 smoke grenades available for them, so they're going to try and stall this match and force Walsim to use their utility first just to clear out positions here. You can see that how quickly Walsim are taking this B position. And Dodge doesn't suspect that there's a player up close, actually gets the kill onto him, deals some damage to Yakinder, but Yakinder will finally return the favor here. So a 4 versus 4 situation, but that's definitely surprising how Dodds didn't go down there initially.
Right? Yes, let's see if Cree can get lucky. He just misses Spur moving into middle. He, like, if the timing now is wrong, instantly Spur's
and that's
gonna get
what
the
happens, exactly what happened there, as Spur managed to drop Husky, actually gets the bomb and kills Brocky here. He needs to quickly get away just to make sure that he's in a safe position. Obviously that he doesn't know Cree is flanking behind here, but he's being expected, and Spur with the 3k already here. Only Yakinder remaining, will get the kill onto Bitcher here. He's probably going to switch out to the M4, and now expecting another player coming out from monster position here. He's really in a predicament and needs to find another kill here in order for him to move freely, but the off angle most likely will play off here. He's actually being checked, but Vista with the first round for his team, and as well Spur one more time with that 3k.
Yes,
excellent, perfect timing, and obviously the mind presence of waiting for the person from behind coming into the back. That was Cree in that position.
And you don't usually see that kind of reasoning behind Spur's actions, because he's the guy who's going to just run at you and run at you hard, not to even stop. But here he played it smart and slow.
And Shocks peeking into middle is going to spot the player, but instantly falls back, realizing that it was Yakinder with the AVP there, and most likely would have lost his life if he would have spent another half a second there. Spur just quickly checking connector here, and Dodds has managed to secure B short control for him here, and now Shocks in what is considered to be a traditional position, so it's really hard to stay here, especially in this meta or at this day and age of Counter-Strike, just because literally everyone
everyone will check it, either free-firing it, throwing down an aim, or anything. But there is the first kill of this round. Yakinder has taken one player down, but here Shocks, he did spot Brocky, did take some damage off him, but not kill him. That's quite unfortunate for the side of eSports. And there is Viscus with one more kill towards the B side. You can see they're slowly trying to grab a hold of this A side. The bomb is still dropped down. And as we can see, there are 2 players here waiting for them to push out. Bitcher, not the best weapon, but good position for this weapon.
Yeah, he's in a mid-grinder position here as Husky now will finally eliminate Shox, who was towards that A-long position. Now Bitcher swings a bit too wide there, loses his life to Brocky, and now only Visti remaining here with 2 HP. Obviously, he's going to be saving his weapon. Hopefully, he successes into saving that gun, because their team are going to really need it.
Yeah, they definitely need it, because it doesn't look like they can make this, and Walsim are looking way too strong here.
Yeah, there are like, I mean, on WildSports side, you have Dodds and Bitcher are essentially without any money at all. So this M4, the next round is going to be a force buy, most likely coming out of WildSports, just to get some sort of leverage back into this match here. So far, I must say, I was expecting more aggression coming out from WildSports.
Yeah,
like, I mean, they've made attempts. Definitely have made attempts, but I feel like it could have been a lot more there, and Vista will eventually be found by Husky. So 1-4 in favor of Walsim on overpass. I can't even predict what will be a good scoreline for the terrorist side. I mean, I feel like 9 or 10 rounds is something you really should be aiming for, just to have a good grip over the match. But I would say 7 or 8 are still acceptable. Anything less than that is probably you haven't really done your homework really well on this map.
As well, here we can see Kree kind of making some presence towards the connector position, but all the action is going to be here. Now the Molotov is going to look down. Vista with the smoke. Now with the flash, can he get the kills with the CZ? As he goes up, instantly gets shut down. There's still Bitcher waiting inside with Pizza. It's going to be pretty tough to get even 1 kill as he spots one of the players, moves in, but there are 3 players looking his way. No luck there. And as we can see, the rest of the players left alive have nothing to do but just save.
Yeah, so both of these pistol players most likely will be looking for exit kills here. Spur is going to stay in a distant, safe position with the AVP in hand. Still a very, very viable weapon, even though the remaining of your team might be on pistols. And obviously, I've seen it so many times before on this map that a single AVP has changed around, essentially to the very core. Just off the fact that there's so many places that an AWP can peek. You can go connector, you can go A-long, you can peek B monster, you can actually even
anywhere.
Like, depending on your pellet playstyle, even try B short for a second there, because you do have that time gap where if you shoot the corner as the terrorists are approaching out and trying to enter the site, you still have enough time to fall back safely. So 1-5 in favor of Walsim here. Not exactly the start WildSports probably were hoping for. Definitely not the start I hope to see.
Yes.
So looks like my luck is continuing so far as we are heading into the round number 7 in this matchup between WildSports and Walsim.
Let's see, Spur, he has the AWP, he's going to head towards the middle, but he's just waiting for the flashes, for the grenades to come through, so he can try to peek in. Understands that there are some players close, he's going to fall back to a bit safer position. That's really like, we're not used to seeing WildSports play like this.
Yeah, perhaps they haven't really played Overpass in a while.
Maybe.
But then the question is, how did really DeVito get to this point?
Yeah, as well.
So perhaps there's some sort of crazy plan in play for the T side, but we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out. So far now you can see Walsim have established mid control here, but Spur with the AVP has managed to find Brocky here, and actually no trade potential whatsoever for Walsim. So I feel like that might have been a mistake from the side of Brocky there, overestimating of how much he can really push it playing solo. Molotov going down into Banana here as Yakinder will drop a flash over here just to make sure he can safely get into this connector position, making sure that nobody's sitting in these corners, and is going to be falling back towards Banana. It seems like they're slightly faking A, trying to make sure that they can get at least one rotation, and gets the kill. I think he saw just the weapon model before then, so he was just waiting for the secondary jump. So good mind presence from Yakinder, leveraging the numbers game. So evened up, and in theory still favoring the terrorists, as one more time terrorist side, when there is an even amount of players, are considered to be favored here. But now Shox somehow finds Viscas, will go down to Yakinder eventually, and now only Bitcher remaining on B side here will find a kill onto Kree, and looking to get a second almost, but will go down to Husky.
And now Spur, he is close towards the side. He's gonna hear the bomb plant. Let's see if he can deny the defuse. He misses the shot. Do they know that he's there? He knows, but Spur, he's still gonna get the kill. And Vista takes down Yakinder. What a round ending that was. 2-5. Still speechless, right?
Yeah,
How did Spur manage to do that? Like, he jumped in, of course, they can't shoot the guy instantly, but right as he jumps out of that smoke, instant kill.
I mean, it's a really smart play in a situation where, you know, if you're going to be falling backwards, you will be seen.
Yeah.
So jumping into the smoke, but like a huge risk because you only can fire a single bullet. So afterwards, jumping out and managing to land that kill is really impressive here. So second round on the side of Voz here. They're looking to, they really need to pick this round up as well in order for them to stabilize their economy. They did save 2 AVPs, and I would say on overpass, double AVP setup on the CT side is definitely viable here. Spur will take some damage in those balloon position there by Kree, and Shocks manages to find Yekinder early on in this round, and that is very good news for Rod Sports.
Yep, let's see how lucky can Kree get. Oh, he's gonna find Dawes, but there's still one more player in middle. As you can see, the rest of his team, they're grouped around towards B side, but there is Shocks with the kill. Okay, so it's gonna be a 3-on-4 situation, not the best situation. And here, Husky, he wasn't even ready for that. How does that work? Brokey also going down. And I believe
the round's just falling apart.
Yeah.
There's still a minute on the clock, and there's only Whiskas remaining here. He doesn't even know if the bomb is being spotted and if he's being expected for, so he will need to check every single corner, every single angle in order to even get to the bomb, and that is a lot of time being wasted, and obviously the CTs are gathering a lot of information in the process.
Exactly, that's going to be true. Let's see if he's going to get towards the connector. It's kind of a risky position to go towards too, because if you're spotted, they basically know where to check afterwards. So let's see. Will Shocks react in time as he's waiting to push towards short? So this could be very lucky for Viz, because if he gets the timing right, he could find the player heading up towards the stairs, and he can spot him. That's the headshot there. There is still one more player towards the B side. That is Bitcher here ready. Now as the smoke is going to drop down, Viz is going to try to clutch this one for his team. He's moving through, but he flashed himself, and there is Bitcher with the kill.
Know your flashbangs, kids.
Yes, that is true. The timing was not too bright. And now I'm thinking about, this is the same thing almost that happened to Walsim yesterday. Of course, the result was a bit different against Eind, but Eind, they grabbed a hold of the game, and then slowly but surely Walsim realized how to do it, how to play against them. And I think Wild Sports, they just did it. They
well, so far it's going in the same direction. Excuse me, but Spur here with the kill gets out.
And will he manage to get the kill here? He will get the kill. Most Shocks, and Kree takes him down, but Shocks with one more kill, he's gonna go down. And now let's see what's gonna be the reaction here from Viscus and Brockie. It's gonna be 2 against 3 situation. The bomb is in the hands of Viscus. Instantly dots was the player Brockie with 14 HP and the AWP in his hands. Gonna push out forward. He's gonna find Dodds. That was a great flick, but he still has to find 2 more players. Let's see what the new player can do to help out Walsim in this situation. As he's gonna find Vista, but no, Bitcher just in time peeks him and gets the kill, 4-5.
That moment when in a 1 versus 3 you get down to a 1 versus 1 and instantly go down, where you're like, I wish I had like another 3-4 seconds and this would have been potentially our round. So 4-5, the scoreline is getting closer and closer, and obviously the match is getting more interesting with every single round here. As you can see, Walsim have been forced to purchase pistols only here. Spur with the MP9 up close and middle. Shocks will go down in underpass here, so I would say he's slightly risked it there with the wide peak and the MP9. Understandable why, but still, Spur with the flank, looking to gather information, tried to get a safe kill there, almost failed on that one, but inevitably Yekinder went down as the dink was a bit too much in terms of damage and how much has been taken.
He has no idea the player is there, but now they pick up the MP9. They're going to push out towards short. There are 2 players there. Vista with 1 kill. Who's the other guy there? It's going to be Dodds. He's going to spray down 1, but does not get the kill against Brockie. Now Bitcher instantly shutting down Husky. Only Brockie remains one more time in not the best situation, and Bitcher, can he get the kill through the smoke? As Brockie is being kind of careful about this one. Has to be careful about the timings, and he even tags the player, but Bitcher still manages to get the kill and tie the game up 5-5.
Yeah, so I feel like this is the moment where Wild Sports are regaining their confidence and being like, okay, we lost initially, we managed to even the scoreline out, just keep on doing what we're doing. So they will not be changing the pace of the game. But as for Walsim, I would say it's time for a rush B.
Yeah, kind of, but they don't do it. And now Spur in the middle. I don't know if he's going to find even anyone there. As we can see, there is going to be Shocks maybe trying to look for Yekinder, but he's not peeking out. There's Brockie with the kill in the middle against Spur. And Dodds, he misses the time. He's going to open up the doors, but instantly Husky shuts him down. Shocks now has to realize where the players are. So now let's see, they're probably gonna head towards the B side, but with that smoke, Shox can't do too much. There's also, I don't think you can see anyone through there. He even gets tagged, so he knows what not to do, as Lista has taken down Viscus. Manages to get away. Will he spot anyone? Maybe even take down someone. Oh, the timing.
Just literally half a second quick.
Husky was very lucky here as Shox pushes out from the connector, goes down. Bitcher now is gonna go in as well. Let's see what can they do, as Vista is also looking for the opportunity to get the kill here. And Bitcher, will he get lucky with the timing? He will! He's gonna find Husky, gonna look for one more, but there's Brocky with the instant kill. And now, if they head towards the B site, there is Vista ready. And he is in pretty good position, take down the first player at least, and he does not connect with the spray. And Kree takes him down. And finally, Walsim understand what they need to do. They need to win this one.
Oh, really? That's what they need to do. Okay.
Yes.
I thought they were here just for fun, you know.
No, well, yeah, it's exactly. You're playing a game, you know? It's only a game.
It's only a game.
Okay, but let's continue on. The 12th round is here. As we can see, Brocky one more time with the up. Last time he did take down Spur, but now at the moment Spur won't be trying to peek in middle. As Kree has already taken down Vista. Now Spur next in line.
Now Spur is probably going to go down here any second now, as you can see deploying the smoke. Actually, might play in his favor considering there's a teammate just behind the doors here. Shox will lose his life here, deals some damage, but they simultaneously delete both of these players off the map, and now only Dodge remaining with the CZ here, looking to find any sort of information. I believe the players in Banana should have heard the doors, but it doesn't look like they paid too much attention to it. But they still have a player in the balloons, and that is going to be Viscas, taking all the fun out of this match and killing off Dodge. So 5-7. So far, I would say Walsim should be pretty satisfied with themselves in terms of how they have led this terrorist side at half. Even though it has looked a bit shaky for a few rounds, it seems also they have regained their composure. And obviously, they still have a decent amount of money for another 2 rounds, I would say, regardless of how this one goes. So eSports really need to have another round here, otherwise they're going to be on eco. They really spent their last money in this round, and this might be forcing some desperate plays, but it doesn't look like. It seems that eSports are somehow really careful, so I don't know if it's either the map or they really respect their opponents here.
Well, they definitely should respect Walsim, but let's see what can Walsim do about this B site. You can't yet tell that they're gonna head into this position, but they left it alone, so they have to figure that someone's there. And they're not jump peeking it. They're not getting any kind of information. They're even pushing in connector, but they're not gonna check these doors, as it looks for now. At least Daz doesn't do it just yet. And here in the side, Bitcher, he is ready now. The flash comes through. He can't stop the push from the monster. And there, of course, is Vista as well to help him out. So now let's see the Molotovs coming through. Every nade that you can possibly see is getting thrown in. And now let's see Bitcher with 1 kill. Can he get more? Spur's gonna find the player with the off. Vista fully flash. And there's gonna be Kree with the kill. Let's see what can he do. He can't do anything. Brocky, last man standing. Very quickly, eSports have killed off 4 players from Walsim. And now Brocky, he did spot the player, but he can't get the fast flick on.
He's also on low HP here and will be inevitably taken out by the CZ. So excellent hold coming out from eSports. They're not being confused by the amount of nades they're coming in. It's slightly unfortunate for Vista. I feel like he could have done a lot more in that position, but the flashbang, which I believe was the terrorist flashbang thrown there, really disrupted his plans. So one more time, eSports have established a good amount of money on their side here, meaning that this match is going to be continuously close, as Spur now looking to get up into this balloon position and looking to see if he can find any players, and will get Kree very quickly. Excuse me for my volume.
Yeah, but that was crazy fast, just as well delivery. But let's see, can Husky spot the player in the toilets? But it's gonna be Spur with 1 more kill. He did find the Kinder. Can he find the last player here? Did he? Oh, both of them spotted each other, I believe, in that scenario. As of now, Shox and Viscas both get the kill. What else is gonna go down? As for now, Brocky and Viscas, like, so many situations happen like this where 3 players go down and Walsim are left with only 2 players. And then inevitably only with Brocky, but this time Viscas solo. He knows that there's at least 1 player towards the monster, but instantly smoke there, the bomb is there. Viscas can't do too much, has to play against 4 CTs, and that's looking too good, although he's gonna take down Vista. Still has to find 3 more players, and I believe it's going to be Spur here checking. Now he sees Viscas, and with the USPS, although he had the op, takes him down.
Vista had the MP9, so that's one of the reasons probably why he just pushed through, and he knew that he also dealt a good amount of damage, so he just passed on the information to finish the guy off with the USP in hand. Still though, one more time, eSports, a great use of positioning in this situation. Obviously it was a lot of quick trade kills coming in and out here, so Walsim tried to change the pace of the game. It seems like WSD are prepared for it. Dots here with the peak. Will get one. Drops the Molotov. Has dropped the bomb here, so the terrorists cannot even retrieve it. There should be a lot of calls coming in for rotations. Bitcher tried to deal some amount of damage. Obviously, the doors are being checked for, and now Dodds really needs to get another kill here. X gets a headshot. Still alive. Gets the no zoom, and will go down eventually to Brocky, who has the AVP now, but one more time will find himself in a 1 versus 3 situation.
That was just crazy how the Dots stay alive even there. Just like heading out into connector and seeing 3 enemy players there. You're not supposed to be alive after that scenario. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. So Vista has inevitably found Brocky here, and actually WSD finished the half with a small lead of 8-7. I believe a lot of our viewers didn't think that's going to be the case when we saw the first 5-6 rounds. So now, curious. I think WSD are going to really switch it up and go super aggressive here.
Let's see. I can't even hope so, because I think then Walsim can really show with their main.
Because they've been relatively passive on the CT side, and they can really throw off their opponent that way. Kree heading here towards middle and looking to peek and see if he can find any players. Then Spur with the
no way. That's just. I think Kree is not too happy about that one.
You can't even be really mad about that one, to be honest. Like, I mean, the guy just one taps, yeah.
Yeah, like instantly. You're not even seeing him at that stage. Like, one pixel pops up and that's it. You are out. But let's see now. With the Kree gone, they still have the defense there. 2 players on each side. Now it's all up to us sports to make sure what call to make. Because, like, even if they fake one side, I don't think Walsim is going to rotate.
And Dodds with the kill here on B side onto Viscas, meaning he is causing havoc here, looking to find another player towards B short here. Hasn't really spotted him just yet. Kinder in a lot of trouble here inside, and you can see the rotations by the CT side. Don't really know where to go, but Husky will actually drop the bomb there. Will be inevitably traded out by Shocks very quickly, so Brocky now really needs to hold on to this B side. Oh my god, what?
Brocky, stop blowing our minds. 2v2 situation, spare Dodds. Yekinder and Brocky, let's see who can take down who. They're already hearing. They have the advantage of hearing them, but still Yekinder is going to get the kill. Spur, the last man remaining, he has the bomb. He can go for the plant, especially now with the Molotov down, but he's looking for the kills, and Brocky in the end is going to take him down and win the first round of the second half.
What was that USP? One tap?
No idea. Right as he headed out of the smoke, he saw the player. So that was like 0.1 second decision.
Yeah, and the dude wasn't even like walking, obviously. He was strafing by just around the corner there. So excellent aim, pre-fire, timing, God knows what, by Brocky there. So one more time, the scoreline has evened up once again in this match, as now Spur will actually evade almost fully the damage the grenade was making here. So now Visca's in the short position towards B here. Actually will be going down to Shocks, who will pick up the MP9. Does spot another player. Is kind of forcing the fight and still wins somehow, and still no trade coming in. So only 2 remaining players here on the side of Viscas, excuse me, on the side of Walsim. And wow, that was a very quick turnaround. Yeah. So really, I mean, Brocky and Kree need to force some fights here and need to do it relatively quickly. Otherwise, they won't be able to retake 2 versus 5. I mean, Kree does have a kit, and also does Brocky, and there are 2 flashbangs. But you can see Bitcher lurking around, gathering information. Will go down to Brocky, deals a small amount of damage, but still not enough to really bring it back for their team. I feel like they're just holding on to these weapons right now, understanding that the next round is going to be a full eco.
But I still think they could go for that retake, especially now when they're pushing. If they get these kills, that could be it. But Brocky, he's left alone one more time as he takes down Dodds. Possibly could take down someone else, and he will take down Spur. Pushing out forward, he has no idea there's one player right in front of him, and there is Shocks with that kill. So 9-8, the game is going back and forth. That was just crazy pistol work there from WSD.
Yeah, and in a situation where WSD can actually overtake and extend their lead here, a money economical reset is like pretty much the worst case scenario. So here now, Walsim, if they don't win this one, they're looking at something around 11-8 scoreline potentially.
Yeah, that is the case. So they definitely need to make this one work. Let's see, their positioning is also around connector. Instantly pushing in. Let's see what can Husky do here as the players are pushing forward. Will they react in time? As now the Monster will get dropped down. No one gets forced out. Bitcher waiting for the player to push through, to come forward. That is, of course, Kree there, but he's checking middle as well. Does not get the timing right. Husky instantly going down. Kree as well. Connector is being cleaned out. As now rest of the players are going to wait around the toilet position.
Viscas has already given away his position there, so they're going to actually go for this boost and see if Brocky can deal some damage with the M4. Will find a kill through the window there.
Good job.
Excellent use of these angles, and now Bitcher will find inevitably Viscas, only Yakinder and Brocky remaining. Kinder in a position that I definitely do not envy. There are terrorist players all around you, and you only have a USP in hand, so you don't feel like you can do much in that moment. 4 versus 2 player situation here in this second half, and as I said, the pace of the game has changed definitely from last sport.
It's definitely faster, and I think also they should figure out how to approach this one. I think Bitcher just heard the player pick up the weapon, so he knows where he's running, but he has no idea where Brocky is.
And unintentional baiting here coming out. Good job, of course, for Brocky to have the presence of mind and still continuously hold the same angle there, as now Shocks has definitely heard the player in underpass here.
And I believe he was hurt as well.
Yeah, that little small jump gave him away, so now Yakinder most likely will not be pushing out here. Ooh!
He's gonna get killed, and now he knows where Shocks is. So he can potentially push out and try to look for the kill, but he has no idea where to look, as Brocky is going to take down the player. And now 1v1 situation after the bomb is going to explode. Yes, it's going to be Shocks just saving his weapon, even the AK, and I believe he'll manage to get away in time. Yes, he will. An issue with that, and Westport, the 10th round is theirs. Let's see if they're going to continue that, and as you mentioned, now it's going to be full eco for Walsim, so they really have to figure out what they're going to do. Either they put Brocky alone in the sights, or maybe Brocky goes for aggressive push. That also could be a deal.
Yeah, so Brocky aggressive push is probably not something that you really want to do, but you want him to put him in a position where the pistol players most likely can bait for him, and then accordingly, like the players trying to overrun the site on the side of VOD Sports would run into an M4, excuse me. As you can see, Dodd's already really quickly up and close personal here in short, who actually gets a fadeaway kill and leaves Yakinder with only 13 HP, quickly falling back, so still no trade really coming out there, and Husky in this off angle will be checked and will go down, as obviously no armor, a lot of aim punch there. Dodds finding another kill, so that's a 3k for him on the MAC-10. That's a flashbang money on his hands.
Exactly.
And now Yakinder with only 13 HP, and Brocky alone on A site has a single nade and 1 flashbang. No kit though, so it's do or die.
Yeah, exactly. This is the time where he has to prove himself. Let's see. He's going to spot one player. Shrugs goes down. Instantly, he falls back to a bit safer position, so Yakinder can help him out as well. And they should realize it, and I think they're going to go for a save, as it looks. Completely, yes. They're just rotating away. They're going to save this. Although they're... I don't think they should retake with these weapons and everything that they have.
No.
So like the next round as well, it's not going to be the... Even if they're going to go for the buy, it's not going to be the best buy in the world.
No, most likely it's going to be an eco for the remaining players. Like they might afford themselves, like a few pistols around the board. There is a CZ on Yakinder that he can pass on and stay with the MAC-10 and switch out for a USB there. Obviously, Bitcher here, no, he thought for a second that he might hear the player, but obviously being careful there, not giving away any sound cues and making sure he doesn't die in the process as well. And now Yakinder has the potential of finding the player. He hears him now and has spotted, so he needs to run. He's on 13 HP, staying close, and Spur here with the angle, trying to find any sort of cheeky peek, but is not going to be able to. And exactly what I said, 11-8.
Yeah, wow, good prediction, but you're not going to win the end one, the big one. It's not going to be the case. Also, they just need this round to work out, and they're going to be back on track. So let's see if that is going to be the case, as Spur instantly heading towards middle with the AK. You can see now the aggression from Spur coming out. Let's see how far will he actually go. As for now, we can see there's not too much action around middle from CTs. They're staying in pretty passive positions, just checking out the balloons connector as well as long. But I mean, that's happening.
Whoa. Both Dots and Shocks finds a player, and also Bitcher managed to dispose of Korean one more time. It's like minute 20 on the clock. I even bit my tongue literally saying that when there are only 2 players remaining.
Yes, exactly. And Vista just took down Husky, and now Brocky alone against 5. He's going to take down 1. He's going to take down 2.
Excellent spray control.
Careful. Yeah, that was really great job, but now he has to be very careful about where the enemy players could be. So now Westport, they can really take those off angles and surprise you.
And you can see Dodd's already on a mission here just to make sure he's not going to be dropping into underpass here. And now Brocky heading towards the T-spawn, most likely looking to see if he can get a free kill on his way out, and is going to most likely stay somewhere around this position, as it is an off angle when the terrorists are running in. Regardless how you approach it, it's like really difficult to clear out if you know that the CT player is hiding here. So Brocky's going to stay here. You can see that already Bitcher is pushing up and is going to be looking to find Brocky. Will he?
The timing.
Oh, the timings.
No. It's gonna be Bitcher still. Yes, exactly. He takes down Brocky. He was
So
only
12 to 8.
21 HP.
12 to 8, and finally something's heading my way, and that is going to be the victory in the prediction game, same as it is going to be the victory for eSports, and that's exactly what I said in the very beginning.
No. Now is gonna be the time for Walsim to take 8 rounds in a row. I know they can do it. They're the comeback kings.
You're not
going
you
to do
when
it.
you're hungry. Make good decisions and order Volt and bet on eSports.
Yes, of course I had to do that. And I'm still believing in Walsim. They have proven us wrong from time to time that we're thinking that they're out of the game, but they're never truly out of the game. But Bitcher here is going to take down instantly Yakinder. So no luck there for the Walsim player. And here Husky also can get the kill. Just, I can't believe how fast these duels are won by Vast.
Yeah,
you can
like
see
there's no chance, like instant headshot, not even like some amount of damage dealt. It's just the player goes down. You can see already a T player is essentially dropped from through CT spawn. They know the A site is completely clear, and 3 will give away his position by running there. Spur will take him down, and now only Viscas and Brocky remaining. Both of these players have managed to sneak by everyone else.
But not Spur. Viscas manages to die to him. And now Brocky, last man standing, looking for a kill. He will manage to find one, but he's instantly being pushed here by Vista. So let's see who's going to win this duel.
There's really no reason for this fight to be pushed, and Visca will be punished for it. That leaves an option for Brocky. He's still in a 1 versus 3 situation. Doesn't have a kit, but a good weapon choice in terms of that. Actually gets the headshot here, and this is where it gets scary for eSports. They really need to get this kill, and Dodds needs to hurry up.
Let's see who's going to do. Cool, but Shocks is going to win that duel. Brocky there showed his leg first, didn't see the enemy player, and instantly that resulted in a loss there. So 13 to 8. My prediction, at least in score-wise, goes out of the window, but still, Walsim can win this one, don't you think? Or are you thinking that eSports do have too much power here and the 3 rounds won't be too big deal for them?
Well, Walsim, they need to really fight this fire with fire, I would say. They need to like establish proper mid control here. So far, they've tried like literally just pre-nading it, smoked it off, but they don't even know how many players are in middle. But as I say that, Yakinder does manage to find a player towards short here by being boosted up over this wall. And now Cree potentially might find another player in a second here. Does he find him? A flashback will go over, forcing Cree to move, and that gives the option for the banana to be checked here, as now Bitcher does give his possession away to Husky. He's already expecting a player towards A long, as the Molotov has been deployed towards that tree. So as you can see in this slightly higher tier plays, you don't really want to even approach this tree. And Vista with the perfect gameplay actually gets both kills.
No way. Like everything that could go wrong goes wrong for Walsim in a matter of seconds.
And this is devastating, as Vista has already found the 3rd kill here, and that was Cree with the AVP, I think. And he's going to be smoking off with the bank position here now. Shocks will dispose of Viscas, and only Brocky remaining with the AVP. Should hear the player coming into A side, but he's also being flanked from banana. Oh, excuse me, the radar looked a bit different, but still, Brocky has given away his position by stepping a lot. And obviously the bomb already being planted. Does spot the player, knows where the player is, and is going to be forcing this fight. Gets the kill, and that is FPL plays for you all around the board. Obviously the players being used to like having the necessity of making individual plays, and obviously Brocky has seemed to be so far really good at that, as he gets another strong kill onto Shocks here. So Spur now. Spur will inevitably dispose of that AVP, and that was extremely important for eSports, as it was most likely the only way how Walsim would be able to get back into this match, by still having an AVP on their side and being able to get free picks and essentially not be punished for it.
We're saying that the AWP can make a big change, but we haven't seen like Brocky early on get any kills with it. Like only at the end of the round, when the round's already over, only then.
Look at Husky's HP, he literally ate that grenade. So he's only left on 8 HP, but Cree has managed to find Vista here. Will smoke off A long, so for the remaining terrorist players not going in for any trades here. But quickly was an adjustment from eSports here. It looks like it's going to be a B split between these players. You can see there are already 2 players from eSports positioning themselves, but Cree does manage to find Dodds in connector here. Actually gets him through like some sort of a clipping of the wall. The Kinder in the headshot position now, being flushed out by the Molotov, will be taken out by Shocks here, and now Viscas needs to go huge for his team. Does get 1 kill. Bitcher will will find Husky in the process, and now he's just hiding away in smoke. As you can see, they're trying to repeat the history, but Viscas with the MP7 somehow comes out on top. So Walsim still a lifeline for them, still a chance in this match, and eSports really need to find another extra round for it in order for Walsim to have that annoying sound in the beginning of each round, reminding you this is your last chance.
Of course, but let's see now. Brocky has the up. He finally will go to the aggression. Let's see if he can find the first kill here. He misses the flick shot as it was a bit too fast, and now Kree pushing out forward. But I don't think it's going to be, who is it there, Bitcher, risking it too much.
No, that will be ludicrous to go push through that smoke. Husky here in that position will find inevitably Dodds. I think he suspects there might be another player there. Otherwise, like, Dodds wouldn't be jumping around so freely. Yeah. So that's like a quick giveaway. If you fool around, you might give away that there's another person following you up. And now Bitcher here does manage to spot Kree, but Kree with the better positioning there and also being prepared. You can both Brocky finding kills and Husky closing out with Vista now, and the economy has gone to shambles for eSports, and so are starting to go my hopes.
Yes, kind of in a way. And I think Walsim, okay, these rounds are working out, but you know, like eSports, they have to have something in the bag that will definitely surprise Walsim.
I would say an A-long rush.
Okay, yeah, that could work out.
That's not something that you would try probably at this scoreline. Husky now peeking over the smoke, will spot the players, but will instantly fall back, having no backup because there were initially 4 players towards B. You can see 2 CTs are coming back, and now Dodds with the quick upfront positioning, looking to see if he can gather a lot of information in a quick short time period. Husky is going to be put in a position where it's like one and done. Either you get everyone or you will get one and will be traded out.
Yes.
So this off angle, as long as someone baits for him from A long, shouldn't be checked, and that's exactly going to be the case. But still, Spur manages to get the kill. Brocky will drop Bitcher here, and now Dodds dropping Kree. Brocky with the kill, doesn't manage to get the no-scope, does hit the damage there, but it doesn't kill the player. And now the Molotov from Yakinder will force out Shocks to fall back towards the side here. Both CT players have given away their positions already, so Spur here now really just needs to hold on for his teammate. Gets an instant headshot, deals some amount of damage, and Shocks with the P250 and 1 HP scores the 15th round for his team. And
how was it that round? How was it that round? Like, where they only have pistols. How was it that round where eSports throwing everything around?
Have you not noticed the trend going on for 3 days? We've seen rounds like that where it's an extremely important round and the team with the pistols usually gets it, and that's safe to say by now. So now you can see the Kree heading into underpass here will be flushed out by the Molotov. Husky will go down, Kree will go down, and Whiskas will go down. Only Vista has inevitably given up a trade kill here. Also, Dodds finds another one, so this still is doable, but Dodds really needs to go huge. He did I believe he saw how the nade was dropped, so he knew that the player was around there, and now the timing is going to work out.
Yeah, they switch
positions.
Viscas now
but Viscas does suspect this and will find Dodds, and that is a one more time experience for you, understanding that the player, in theory, judging by the situation on the map, could have been already there, and therefore they might have swapped in the process, as obviously other positions are being checked in parallel and are being called for. So still, Walsim holding on for their dear life, trying to get to overtime now. Yes, a clean victory is not going to be the case, as now you can see pistols on the side of eSports here. So this is a relatively economic round, but Kree with the nade.
And here with MP9, Husky is going huge. He's going to take down 2. It's going to be all on Kree to take down the 2 players in the middle. He's going to take down Bitcher, and Vista is there as well. Welcome to the party, and killed off 15-12. 3 more rounds left in the regulation time. Am I smelling the overtime here?
No. It's just your false hopes and dreams burning.
Yes. Okay, man.
That's exactly what's happening. As you can see, actually Bitcher is here on the MP9, but they all have a good amount of utility on them, so theoretically a set play might come in through here, or nades towards middle. Brocky with the MVP peak still doesn't land.
He doesn't have that luck in the middle. Like in any other positions he gets the kills, but their middle, it's kind of shaky for him. But let's see now here in balloons. He switches out just at the wrong time. Maybe now he'll spot the player coming in. They did spot him, but as well does not hit the flick there. And Kree now waiting, and perfect timing for him to take down Bitcher, but now his position is compromised. Has to be pretty careful or get away from that position, as already Shock's trying to check it in. Dodds checking the site with the scout. Doesn't seem too lucky for him. Spare up close. Maybe now he can take down Brocky. That could be a victory for them.
I don't think they suspect that the player is literally that close, so Spur could really sneak in here, but as I say that, Yakinder just turns there that way checks the smoke, will find Spur, and now Cree also has been given information that there is a player stuck in a long there. Also, Dodd still remaining on low HP, so it doesn't look like too good for Vatsports in this round. The nade towards a long is going to deal a good amount of damage, and Vista will lose his life. Now only 2 players remaining on the side of Vatsports here. One more time, Dodds on 17 HP and Shocks on full HP with the AK in hand. Probably these players are starting to think about saving at this point, because like there's 35 seconds on the clock and you're in a 2 versus 5.
Yeah, but right as they take down Cream, maybe they think that something could work out for this one, as one players are heading towards long. I think they're just going for the kills here, for the economical damage, because they drop down the bomb, 20 seconds left on the clock. Either saving or waiting for someone to show up.
Yeah, they're not going to be forcing it too much. Their money is not the best as well. So actually, Walsim is sitting on a lot more cash than Vatsports currently, and I mean it's getting close to overtime at this point. So I'm kind of having second thoughts here in terms of if this is going to be a clean victory. Regardless, though, 15-13. So Vatsports, judging by their money, they should be heading into a full economical round and going all in the next one.
Yeah, kind of, but they decide to go in all in this round. Not Spur, okay, he's still waiting in spawn, so maybe he's gonna buy now, and then they're gonna go for the victory round. As we know, this round worked out for them, or they didn't have too much utility.
And the nade towards middle actually already has dropped Vista down to 62 HP here. Bitcher one more time, not being so careless right now, literally checking every single corner, because obviously that previous situation, he was a bit reckless there, pushing through the smoke, not checking any corners, just looking to get a quick flank into Banana, but that wasn't the case. As you can see, Yakinder here in this off angle, the flashbangs and nades are going over here. Viscus gets 2 in the process there. Shocks will be cheered out, but Yakinder and Husky both have found players, and Dodds will go down. So 15-14, Vatsports have lost their lead in the sense of control in this match.
Definitely.
So one more time, Vatsports will be forcing up. There are 2 AKs, 2 MAC-10s, and a CZ on their side. I would really like to see some sort of quick connector towards B short play alongside with a split through monster to like gain control over B side. They really haven't attempted B that much, but Vista wins out versus Cree with the MAC-10. Brocky does find Shocks inevitably. And so it is a 4 versus 4, still a lot of clock on the time here, and I would suggest Vatsports just need to hold it for a moment, as Walsim most likely will be gathering some amount of information that is potential still for free kills to gain.
Definitely. Let's see if Brocky can get lucky here. Maybe spot Spur jumping up and down there, although they're more so thinking to push towards the B side, where there is Husky with Viscus ready. Both of them have the M4s in hands, so anytime they show up, this could be a bloodbath on either side. As I think there's a lot of choice, a lot of chance here for Vatsports to take this round. As Dodds manages to get away with 1 HP. That's super lucky for him. And let's see if they're going to still decide to push this B site. As Husky now with the Viscus, they've both gotten a bit further off from the site, not being the face up front against Vatsports. Maybe that will work out for them. So let's see, now the push will begin. They're already in the site. The bomb yet to be planted. They're not even pushing in with the bomb yet. Now only the bomb goes in. Viscus spots one, but there's Vista with the kill. And Husky now, it's all on him to shut down anything that comes towards his way. To wait for his teammates to come in. Husky, he goes huge. He's gonna take down 2 kills. And now Bitcher with Dodds, 2 players left. Bomb is planted. Dodds with 1 HP. What is this position? It's going to be pretty tough for him.
And essentially this whole round is going to be on the shoulders of Bitcher here, as now Dodds will be pushed. Actually gets a kill in the process, and now Bitcher in a 1 versus 2 situation does have a flashbang. Will flash it and will try to quickly rotate around short here. There are both players with the defuse kit, so Yakinder tapping the bomb. Defuse is going to be heading through, and Bitcher really needs to push for it and doesn't get it. Brocky gets the kill, and this is going to be overtime.
Oh my god, overtime. 15-15. You never know with Walsim, you never know.
Right? So one more time, apparently, in my own words, never count Walsim out.
Yes, exactly. That is true. You should know that already.
Luckily, I didn't write those words down on paper. It's just on the internet, so I cannot eat it.
Okay,
otherwise
so
I would.
I'll remind you that the overtime will end when one of the teams get 19 rounds on their side. If it goes 18-18, we're going to go into the second overtime. But let's see how this one goes out for now, as we're instantly heading towards Connector. You can see they're putting more emphasis towards the B side this time.
Does seem to be a bit here, but now still players just trading a bit amount of damage here backwards and forwards, but no real aggression, is obviously in overtime. If every single teammate you lose feels like a devastating hit towards your scoreboard. So both of these teams are going to be pushing up, and now Kree here, forced out by the Molotov, will get a kill, and actually still somehow goes away and gets another kill, goes down to Dodds eventually, but still 2 for 1 is something that Walsim are definitely going to be happy about in this position, still considering that Brocky here with the AVP is going to be looking towards A long, and obviously does have backup on his side in terms of numbers, so Dodds really needs to find an entry here.
Yep. Oh, Brocky, he does not get the player who was jumping, but Spur takes down Brocky, and Yekinder also went down on the A side. Now all onto Whiskas to stop the push a bit at least. So Husky has an easier job here, and Whiskas instantly takes down Dodds, but there is Spur with the op kill. Now Husky has probably all the information that he needs.
And he's definitely given away his position just now by running in. Obviously does have a flashbang in hand, so he's looking to quickly rotate and to find information as quickly as he can. Possibly here as now Vista hiding away with 17 HP, but Spur with the AVP will quickly give the first round in this overtime towards the eSports. And did I say, or did I say not, this is a match you want to see this week?
Yeah, that definitely is the truth. This is the first overtime we're seeing this season.
Also, correct.
So let's see how this one will end. As already Brocky, he has the op, but if he's gonna go towards middle, I think he needs to change his position already. He's missing the shots in middle. Okay, now finally he goes towards the connector where he might have some more luck, but let's see if that's gonna be the case. As already the smokes dropped down, and Bitcher feels kind of free to move.
He's going to lose this one in a second, is obviously trying to shoulder peek that, not expecting for the AVP to be so close, and now Dodds not really willing to risk it too much here, as there is actually going to be Kree around the corner as well, and Kree will get the kill, so those are 2 kills given away by eSports as soon as they win a round on their half there. So not the best position, but now somehow Shox manages to put himself in a position where he finds the player for free, so that ever so slightly leverages the amount of pressure. Got scared there for a second, as Vista has actually cleared out a site, and now Spur is going to be rotating with the bomb and AVP through A long. Kree will find Vista, and now Spur is in a predicament. Having the AVP in hand really gives away a lot of noise as well. So now, excellent.
Instantly realized where Husky could be, but with 11 HP, this could be pretty tough. But he's still deciding if he wants to go. Like, you have to go for the clutch here, because you'll still have the money next round, which is going to be the last one. So let's see what's going to be his plan. With 30 seconds left on the clock, there's 1 player towards long, 1 player towards B short. So pretty good positions for both Whiskas and Kree to take down Spur. And let's see, will they get lucky? But now Kree, he sees the shadow of the enemy player, and he's going to win this one. 16-16, last round of the first half of overtime number 1. I want to check the scoreboard, see, oh my god, Brocky, 36 kills.
Yeah, the dude showed up. The dude really showed up with a bang. And on the other side here, for eSports, you can see it's a relatively even scoreline apart from Spur, and Shox obviously picking up these kills. And as I said, Shox having the freedom of rotating around in this map and being very good in multi-directional fights means that he's racking up those kills relatively quickly here. Dodds has made his way up close towards B side. It actually gives away his position, as unfortunately for him, the angle game didn't go into his favor here, as Husky did saw the player model beforehand and was able to take him down. Bitcher here now looking to leverage it one more time, actually swings wide and will get Husky here unpunished and leaves unscathed, as now the doors have been closed off, but it does look like this is going to be an A take. Brocky just flashing for himself so he can get back into this site to avoid being sandwiched in here, putting himself in a position where he's going to be able to see anyone crossing from.
But this is perfect position for Hiki. He sees 2 enemies, 1 with the bomb, 1 without the bomb, and he's gonna get 1, but he can get the second one. This could be a huge loss for Walsim there, that Kree did not get that kill. But let's see now, Whiskas and Brocky, 1 in bank, 1 in stairs, instantly pushing out. Brocky goes down, but there's a lot of information for Whiskas. What? He sprays down 2, now only left against Vista. 1v1 situation, Whiskas, oh my god! He's going to get it. 17-16, only 2 more rounds needed for Walsim to win this one, and for you to realize that you're not so good at prediction game.
Absolutely wrong. Okay. eSports is going to take this inevitably, even though it's going to look slightly scary in the process. But wow, that last round, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen the bullets landing so well, and the last player being on low HP, meaning that he just takes a bit amount of damage and will go down here. So now Kree looking to quickly establish control over B short as the Molotov prevents from Dodds retaking it. He's going to flash himself and gets the kill with the AWP. This is exactly what I was saying about using the AWP in B short here and expecting another player, so potentially another free kill can come in towards Sports way.
Let's see if that's going to be the case. The players are now a bit more passive about speaking towards short. They know that there is Dodds there, and they peek in, but still Dodds. He's gonna take down Whiskas, as now they're still trying to push in towards that B side. They don't understand that this could be a mistake, as Bitcher's gonna take down one. Brocky with Husky, 2 players left alive. Brocky, he can't get the kill against Dodds. That's already 3rd for this guy, and only that remains Husky alone. 1v4, like he has to go for something. He will have that money, but let's see what's gonna be that thing. As it's going to be 17-17 and the game's going to be close one more time. Even the second overtime could be possible, but as Husky pushes out Dodds, the 4K is there. 17-17. Oh, you're really happy.
What? No, I was just, you know, excited.
Yeah, right. About no like no particular reason why you're
excited,
right?
no reason whatsoever. I'm just happy for good Counter-Strike.
Yes.
Very close match. Happy days. Sports, please win.
I don't think that's going to be the case, but let's see. As they're pushing towards middle, Spur, he did not spot any of the players. Maybe now, when it's going to be Brocky peeking out towards the right side, then Spur can react in time to peek in and get the kill. Let's see, that's going to be the case, as he does not spot the player, but Brocky, he was not even peeking that angle as well.
Both of these offers, interestingly enough, have chosen to take really their time in this match, knowing that each other might be potentially still holding that angle. And still, the clock is slowly starting to run down, so we are approaching 1 minute mark, and this is the moment where it's really time for Walsim to establish some sort of control in one part of the map and try to use that either as a gateway towards the site or as a distraction. As you can see, Kree will be approaching A long here and looking to see if he can find any players up close, not realizing that Shox is literally just around the corner here, and Dodds now with the peek from underpass with the AVP will find a kill, will get to find another, and now can he find a third, as he will deploy a Molotov, make sure he's not going to be backstabbed here. The remaining terrorist player in middle will be pushed back, and Husky,
he's going to get the timing right, going to get killed, but there's shots one more time, backstabbing him, but Brocky realizes that could be the case here in Spur. He does not miss the shot, he knows where Brocky is. This could be it for Brocky in this round. Let's see if that's going to be the case. Will he spot player jumping in? He will. Spur goes down, 1v2 situation. It's all on Brocky now.
And look at the bomb at the time.
Yeah, exactly. There is no time. He can't even go for it, even if he's going to kill the Vista. There is no time. This is going to be the 18th round for WSD Sports.
No time. There is no time. You're losing this one. You're losing this one.
But mind you, I'm still in lead. And that's going to be Vista taking.
And Brocky unable to even hold on to the AVP. Still an expensive weapon. Doesn't matter. They have enough money to buy anyway. But now, if WSD Sports win this round, they win this match.
Yes,
if Walsim takes it, we are going to be heading into overtime number 2. Walsim, please no comebacks. WSD Sports, please win. I'm not being biased towards everyone. I'm just saying, I don't want to be shamed.
Yeah, you need to win that bet. But let's see. I think Walsim can do this one. There's a reason you never count out Walsim, as now they're being pretty passive here in Connector. Need to even peek out. They could spot 2 players there.
Kree definitely has heard the players peeking down towards here, so Shox in an interesting position will spray. As long as he could press his arm the button long enough, he could have potentially found a kill here. But now Dodds with the kill onto Viscus, already giving a man advantage for his team early on in this round. Now no more mistakes as long as it comes out from WSD Sports, and they should have the round and the match in the bag as Dodds gets a second kill onto Yakindra here. Kree will trade out eventually, so still a 4 versus 3 situation. Walsim still have a decent amount of utility here. Brocky still with the AVP can deal a lot of damage, but Kree really burned down in that Molotov, almost losing his life there.
Yep, he didn't want to use that smoke. He wanted to use that smoke so he can cross towards the B side, where it looks they're going to hit this one. As now Shox, he's waiting in that connector, but look, he realizes it will be Kree pushing him forward. This really good position. He can spot the player. I don't know if he spot this player jumping there, but let's see. It's going to be now all on Bitcher and Vista here in the B side. Let's see as the flash will come through. Shox has taken down Kree from behind lines. And now, what else can they do? As Husky's speaking out, but he can't even get 1 kill. Brocky, last man standing 1 against 4, and he can't do it. 1917, WSD Sports are going to take this one. This is a pretty long one. In the end, they do it. I don't know how this happened. I'm crushed.
You are crushed.
Yes, I'm crushed.
Well, you can see that sometimes you can count Walsim out.
You did not just say that, man. You did not just say that. No, no, no. Don't listen to him.
Okay, JK around the board. Still a very good game.
Yes,
obviously
exactly.
coming out a lot of pressure on both of these teams, especially in Overpass. One more time, you exactly saw the reason why this is a very difficult map to be played by, well, regardless what level of teams. You really need to know your timings. You really need to know when you can rotate around. And I mean, there have been so many flips around this side. I believe the real attention started when the side switch went through. So like when Vastport switched up the place, Walsim were forced to adapt, but obviously same as we saw yesterday, it takes a little while for you to find out exactly what sort of mistakes that you can capitalize on, and that means that you're going to lose a lot of rounds in the process here. Proper props to Walsim one more time for adjusting
Brocky
on so many occasions.
Look
here.
how many kills Brocky has.
And Brocky almost
guy.
essentially dropping a 40 bomb here, so he definitely heard us in the sense that please show us what FPL is all about, and he had so many flashy kills there.
Would you say that Vazsport's D side is just stronger than Walsim's D side, as they changed the game pretty quickly around when they switched sides?
I feel like there are still, first of all, improvements Vazsports could make. I mean, they haven't really tried abusing A-Long whatsoever throughout this match. Pretty much. So I mean, there were like 2 occasions I think where they went, and both times they lost lives to Husky, who was playing that bathroom position there. So unfortunate news for them, but I mean, that's still room for expansion here, so you can like expand your strat book and try it in that sense. To say that their side is stronger, then no. I mean, it really depends on how the CTs play. You can see that Walsim did go for that not too much aggression style on the CT side here, and potentially that's also one of the reasons why it took so long for them to come back into this match initially. So as I said, I mean, they didn't really try to push into middle. They were just holding off the line, making sure nobody's going to be entering balloons like relatively
and
quickly.
one more thing about Walsim is that they were so spread out and I couldn't even catch the kills, and I think like they were putting so much pressure onto individual plays.
Yeah,
they were not playing too much as a unit.
I mean, you saw yesterday where we had several matches where the teams were, especially when it was on Mirage, you could see teammates giving like pop flashes for each other and certain things like that. You didn't really see that on this map. But once again, like it would require for you to risk it, and that meaning you have to play aggressive to gain control of the map, and that's exactly what I was saying already initially here. Like you need good pop flashes over middle so you can actually put a CT player push through that smoke or go through balloons and actually get into that playground position. So we didn't see a lot of that, so there's still room for improvement on both sides. I cannot really say which of the teams had a better strat book, but inevitably Vazsports did win out, and I feel like just off the back also props to Dodds on the side of Vazsports for very solid AVP play.
So you're giving him the MVP of that match?
Just because he really shined in this overtime.
Yeah, definitely did. That up was just crazy and out of the world. But ladies and gentlemen, that ends the first game of today. We still have 2 more games. The next one is going to be Skinlords against Lithuania. You don't want to miss it. Season 1 finals rematch is going to be great. And of course, after that, Mighty Wolves against Zalgiris. So be sure to stay tuned, check out Walt, and see you after a bit of a break.
Yeah,
pretty soon.
Nobody said it'd be easy, but we took a train to the ceiling, and now I'm high on all of my feelings. Don't wake me up from the stream. I bought a one-way ticket to space. Let's get out of here. I heard Jupiter's nice this time of year. Out in the wild, find our Eden. Let's stay a while, never leaving. Sound me alarm in my heart. We're taking off. Sound me alarm in my heart. We're taking off. Don't let go, I want your body around, all around, all around. Sound me alarm in my heart. Jupiter's nights this time of year. You turn my world on its axis. Out here where anything happens. Sound the alarm in my heart. Ah, we're taking off. Sound the alarm in my heart. Ah, we're taking off. Don't let go, I want your body around, all around, all around. Sound the alarm in my heart. Ah, we're taking off. Taking off. Taking off. Taking off. Do you need me the way I miss you? 'Cause I can barely. You're the one I can't deny. I wanna take you sky. Take you sky. Review, you had in the review. Me stuck in the review. You had in the review. Me. Do you need me the way I miss you? 'Cause I can barely. You're the one I can't deny. I wanna take you sky. Take you sky. Review, you had in the review. Me stuck in the review. You had in the review. Me.
Hello and welcome to Baltic eSports League Season 2. I want to remind you before we start off the next game that you need to type in the chat hashtag Vault to be able to win the €10 gift from Vault to order the food right now. But for now we have a really good game on our hands. Skinlords versus Lithuania, the rematch.
Are we going to ignore the fact why are we sitting like this?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Just go past it.
Skinlords and Lithuania rematch. Obviously, a rematch of the finals. The lineups have slightly changed. We are going to play on cash here.
Yes.
So this is a map that both of these teams most likely feel really comfortable on, regardless of the lineup change. Curious to see if Lithuania have shared their knowledge from the previous games and in the previous season. Obviously, yes. I believe they were a pretty stable team on cash here.
They definitely were.
So, curious to see how Skinlords are going to adapt. Would you like to make any predictions from your side?
Yes, Skinlords 16-10.
Well,
go Skinlords.
That was a really quick prediction here, but I'm going to go and go in the opposite direction just for fun one more time, or actually maybe not fun, but I do strongly believe that Lithuania can take this one, and I'm going to say it's going to be 16-13, so still it's going to be a close match.
You're not even voting about the Latvian teams, like you're not even doing that. What's up with that? Where are you always going with the Estonian or Lithuanian team?
Because the finals is in Estonia, and I don't want to be killed.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
I think both of the teams are ready.
We're actually going to get into the match relatively quick here. One more time, hashtag Vault in the chat if you want to win €10 of food. You can actually win that still during this match, next match, or some other. Talking about the lineup though.
Oh yes, exactly. We have a little change in Skinlord's lineup. At the first, there was flushed. Signed for Skinlords, but as we can see now, it's going to be LVG, Captain, Ra, Irix, and Preliden.
Correct. And on the side of Lithuania, we're going to see Aikas, Karkas, Butters, Lameby, and Lukia.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen those players. We haven't seen Lameby. He is the new change that was added to Lithuania's lineup pretty early on. Not early on, very late. Like the day before the league started, they only added Lameby because Pone was signed with a different team.
So Pone was stolen away. That could be a hit.
Yes, exactly.
We'll see how it goes on this map. Obviously, the knife round is already on the way here, and Lithuania have won it, so they will most likely go to the CT side, hoping to start off strong here.
Although Gekon's always mentioned that Cash is T-based map if you play it right through middle, and if you have the right strats, it's a T-based map.
Like if you can have a constant mid presence strong enough to push the CTs back, you will always keep them guessing in terms of, is it a split, is it a full sight hit, or is it like, I mean, there's so many things that you can do just off the fact that you have mid control. So obviously that's an extremely important part of the map that you want to have control of, and we are going to be heading into this first round here. So one more time, I'm going to be rooting for Lithuania. My colleague here is going to go Skinlord's way, and I will remind you one more time, this is important because either of us loses gets to experience the shameful punishment that is about to follow. So Aikas looked to be almost as if he was going to push a main here, but Ra still also holding back, making sure no pushes are happening before he's actually heading into the A main, as well as Irix is going to be indoors here alongside with the bomb and another teammate of his. So a smoke being deployed for cross here, and execute is coming through as now the players have crossed into the side here. Aikas has taken some amount of damage. The bomb is going to be planted in default, and Karkas has already found Prelden, and that's a huge player to go down on the side of Skinlords.
Exactly. Let's see how this one plays out as Rav is waiting in a forklift position. He could get so lucky here. He already has seen the player. Elvis has taken one down. Rav looking for a kill. He can't find it, and Karkas pushes on forward. He's gonna get the kill. Can he get anything else? As Irix is gonna be the last man standing. 1v4. He's gonna look for the kills. He can't get the headshot. He's already being rushed, and that is it for Irix. And I believe Karkas, there was 4 or 3 kills in that round already.
Yeah, so solid USP work coming out from Karkas here on the side of Lithuania. And one more time, Lithuania looking to establish dominance early on. And as we know and spoken about this before, Skinlords have historically been a team that also are slightly emotional. So yes. I think that Lithuania are also looking for a quick, serious point advantage just to make sure that Skinlords are not going to be crawling their way back into this one. That is a very early prediction, I would say, but still that is something to take into account. And obviously just watch out out for any crazy plays coming out of frustration here on the side of Skinlords. But now, in this second round, Lukia trying to deal some damage through the smoke here as the flash comes through, and a lot of players are trickling out into the middle here. Lukia, unfortunately, still doesn't find a kill. Carcass swinging wide is not going to be traded. Lukia with the USP just continuously trying to tap away. Ikas will drop Irix there. Elvis will go down. Captain will go down to Carcass. So excellent mid-hold coming out from Lithuania. It seemed that they were very prepared there. Even though the flashbangs didn't seem to flash Skinlords players as they were running out, it didn't really matter eventually as the rifles just did their work and did what they were supposed to. So now, off the fact that Skinlords did get that initial bomb plant in the first round, they are able to buy up here with limited amount of utility, meaning that there are 3 smokes, 3 flashes on the side of their team, and Butters here with the MP9 is going to be heading close towards the middle here, as now Ikas being flashed into doors here is going to get the kill onto Elvis here, has the potential of upgrading his weapon, but is on low HP.
You have to be really careful, but this is the best player to put out in front to grab the weapon. But the Skinlords, they already realized that could be happening and instantly trying to stop him, but they get Ikas down to 1 HP. How lucky is he?
So still somehow miraculously Ikas is alive, and there's still a good amount of utility on him, so he's definitely not useless yet. He can deploy those nades before going down. Now Butters looking to get a kill here. I think he might have heard the sound cue there. He's gonna actually spot the player and will leave. Irix on 1 HP. The nade over is also not going to drop him just yet. Quickly disposing of any other nades remaining in his pockets just to make sure he's going to be able to get away safely here.
Yes, and more so looks like this is going to be the B push. Butters is ready in the vents. If needed, of course, there's line B as well in the site. So let's see what's going to be their push here. Skinlords, they have still 35 seconds left on the clock, but you can see they're pretty slow about this one. Then might catch the player up in heaven.
Smoke is dropped towards CT.
And instantly, Butters takes down 1, looking for more, but Rob is going to be there to shut them down. But there's going to be only now 2 players left, only 1 player left with 1 HP. And how much hope can you put on Irix right here?
Not really. He just heard the player pushing through A main, and the single bullet from the MP9, which actually turns out to be a headshot, will put a bullet in the forehead of Irix, and he will go down. That is going to be 3-0. So a very solid first half. Lithuania probably feel relieved at this point in time that they have survived the first buy round coming out from Skinlords, and obviously Skinlords now forced to purchase a few pistols. There's only 3 players with armors on their side as well, so this should in theory be some sort of a set play. As on the T side, you can't do much there, and Luki already finding the head of Captain, and Captain has left the building, not Elvis this time.
Nice one, but let's see. As these pistols, I really expected Skinlords to be fast with this one. Like, they do have those pistols, they're really good with them. We know how well Rav plays with ZAL and how any other player plays so good, but as we can see, they're not even pushing, they're just losing players left and right.
Yeah, so far still pretty static here. Raw with the Deagle, known to be really good, but Carcass will dispose of him. And so will Preliden of Butters actually on the B side here, still realizing that there might be a player in checkers, manages to grab the weapon, but will be taken down by lane B here on the B bomb site. And now only Elvis remaining here, looking to leave the building as Ikas is pushing him. And there you go, same puns from season 1. I hope you're tired from them, because I am not.
And I think this is the kind of game we expected from WSD Sports today. What Lithuania are doing now, just complete aggression on points, not giving the enemy any kind of chances.
Yeah, but it's also controlled aggression. They're not really overextending their positions. I mean, like, they just win the fire battles that they need to. So Irix looking here to deal some damage through the wall isn't going to be successful in doing so. The smoke obviously preventing him from safely getting out into middle here. Rob will slightly get closer towards that. Team main position is going to sit in an anti-flash position, meaning that even if a flashbang is being thrown in, he will be able to trade kills here, as now the smoke for cross is going to be deployed, and Ikas's aim will be tested any second now as the players are trickling through. Lukia will find the first player here, looking to get another, and Ikas drops 2, doesn't know that their captain already is in shard position here. Captain fully flashed and was spotted. Carcass with a few kills of his own. 5-0, heading towards Lithuania's way.
I'm disappointed, man.
In what?
And Skinlords, what is happening? I really thought that they need to get at least, like, in these first rounds, there was definitely a chance, and they're just their aim is out of the world. The players, that's the skill that they have. They should have been at least like 5-2 or anything along those lines, but you can see nothing is going their way, and here already Butters did spot the player towards B. Does not get killed just yet. Let's see if that's going to be an aggression from Skinlords. They're just going to be playing carefully around these smokes. They're not the ones to push through them.
I mean, there's literally like 3 deagles on the side of Skinlords here, so you cannot really use that weapon as if you're running and shooting. You might get lucky sometimes, and obviously it might look really flashy, but in general, you would like to use that weapon while being in a static position just to make sure you have that recoil there and have still that 1 bullet, 1 kill potential here. Raw looking towards heaven, doesn't find any players just yet as Lane B finds the great timing, will evade the remaining bullets heading his way, and he really should not be repeaking this. His teammate is holding the cross there, so he should just hold back and know that obviously the terrorists having pistols, Lane B with the peak. We'll find another one pushing out towards Butters. Will be actually dropped by Irix here, and that now means that Lane B is in trouble. He needs to find Quills, he needs to find them quickly, but will deal only damage here as now Carcass actually helping out for his team there. The flashbang did flash Captain there for a second. He will inevitably go down, and Carcass seems to be extremely on point. 12 kills, no assists, no deaths.
Yes, exactly. Like, this guy's crazy. Every single round he has gotten at least 2 kills, if we count that in total. And how he has not died.
Well, Captain is on his way to become Agent 007.
Oh, that's not the title Captain wants.
And that's a tilter. But it is 6-0 here. We are heading into the next round. Standard Molotov being deployed towards the boost here, as well as a smoke cell. Now Captain flashing himself out is going to be heading out. The flashman works out perfectly for him. He finds Butters and actually spots another player towards White Box here, and will go into this vent position potentially here. But now Carcass finds Raw here and is untraded. Lukia finding Captain one more time, and that is such unfortunate lose. It looked to be heading Skinlord's way, excuse me, and the flashbang means that Ikas finds a free kill onto Elvis here. It's all falling apart for Skinlords one more time. There's still a full minute and 10 seconds on the clock here. Prelden will inevitably find Ikas in main, but now Lukia with the positioning will get rid of Prelden, and only Irix remaining, giving away his position, and he's being expected already from both sides, so in theory he should just go down very quickly, and that is exactly the case as Lane B has made his way from B side towards A and just kills Irix in his back. So 7-0.
Props to Lane B. He is doing a great job in B and A side as well, just rotating all over the place, doing a tons of work towards Lithuania, but I can't believe what I'm seeing. This is not supposed to be happening. Let's see what will Skinlords do to change this one. I just thought that they're gonna go for a fake. Do you think a fake could work out?
It doesn't seem like Lithuania are over-rotating here, so the fake would need to be really good, or a double fake potentially, in order to really nail the shot. But like, in order for you to execute a double fake and for it to be believable, you would have to start to do the first execute, I would say around 40 seconds, and making the CTs believe that that is a genuinely take of the site. Also, you need to use a lot of utility and then still have to be sure that you will be able to rotate back towards that other site and one more time back. So like, it's a huge task to do, and it's not easily doable here. As you can see, just essentially utility being used, no real damage traded apart from Captain taking some amount, like 8 HP lost somewhere, probably by a nade at some point. So the flashback is gonna go head through towards this B lobby box here as the flash towards Checkers comes in. Butters will lose his life one more time here, and Lane B needs to go huge one more time for his team on this B site in order for them not to lose this one, as the nade will dispose of him, and it is a 5 versus 3 situation. Lukia looking to find a quick backstab, but is not going to be able to do so. And look at the backstab coming in from Skinlords here on the back. That is Prelden, quickly finds one player, will spot the second one.
No information about this.
Why Ikas didn't say anything?
Probably didn't know that from where he was killed off, and here Prelden with the last kill, and finally Skinlords get that one round on the board. This one worked out kind of good. Maybe you think Lithuania overextended with that Butters push in the Checkers?
The timing for the push was okay in terms of with the flashbang in general, was just slightly unlucky because Skinlords entered Checkers as soon as the as soon as the flash had already popped, meaning that they entered not flashed. Therefore, he lost that fight there. Captain had the angle here by shooting bullets through the wall, but unfortunately didn't find too much damage.
Yeah, exactly. But let's see now. They do have 2 ops, so Carcass is waiting towards the B side. So they switched out their position. They even putting Carcass now towards B as well, since they expect some kind of push towards that position. Look at checking the Checkers. Almost every single position is being covered here. Let's see how Skinner will decide to beat it. That's not the best smoke from them.
Now you can see Luki instantly deployed his incendiary grenade, making sure that nobody's going to be pushing into the forklift position. And now with the AVP, he's just holding the angle here alongside the smoke. Another smoke actually being deployed forward towards the default position, making sure that the AVP won't be able to do much. And another few nades coming in. Luki will be flushed out of position and forced to move with the AVP, and this is an awkward position to be in. Ike's actually running through 3 players and get
three kills! Hey, can he get the 4? There's one player inside. It's gonna be Karkas with the kill. Prelude, the only man remaining. 1v3 situation. What just happened?
How did he get those kills so quickly? Now Preldon left in a 1 versus 3 situation, fails the smoke for cross as well, and is going to be forced to look behind him just to make sure he's not going to be flanked. Excuse me, my vocal cords are extremely loud, but we haven't seen the plane like that in this season at all. That was crazy.
He went out so fast and instantly, 3 kills in just a few seconds. That was just so impressive.
The best part about it was the second kill. The second kill, in terms of how quickly he disposed of the second player, was amazing.
Yeah, I can't believe that I'm seeing this in Karkas. Yeah, that's nothing compared to what Ike's did. Oh my god.
8-1. How do you feel about your prediction?
I'm not feeling good about my prediction. I think I want to sit in silence a bit. I think I've seen enough.
You think you've seen enough? Well, here's more good news heading towards your way. The economy of Skin Lords has been actually reset, so they're down on an eco round on top of things. Most likely have had a few stronger words between themselves exchanged at some point in time. And now you can see the players of Skin Lords, even though they're on pistols, they're not really grouped up. And I can only see 2 Deagles on their side, 1 on Raw and 1 on Captain. Ikas here actually finds another player. Irix thought he can find a cheeky kill there by walking out and backstabbing the player, but still Ikas having the presence of mind to turn around and quickly make sure nobody's following him. Now Raw, suspicious of these sandbags here, and Karkas with the AVP will find a kill. Oh, actually just missed the timing there, but still tagged down Captain to 13 HP there, and now Raw with the Deagle needs to do a lot of work. Lukia misses the shot by a millimeter one more time. He's pushing his luck here by re-peeking constantly versus these Deagles. That's not how you want to die, and there are actually 3 AVPs on the side of Lithuania. I just noticed.
Yeah, like after what happened, that's completely understandable. It's only that we realize now. As you can see, 3 players are in the middle, and Ikas, you can see he has pushed out all the way throughout A main and just gonna backstab the enemy players, instantly killing off Elvis. There should be an information that there's a player coming. They should know where to look, and instantly Lithuania just picked them off 1 by 1.
So really showing off why they won last season.
Definitely you can see that here.
Okay, because they are so on point. I don't know how these guys prepared. I would gladly find out, and if our colleague Gekons could afterwards perhaps ask one of these players or somehow get in touch with them, or we'll get in touch with them, I would just like to know what's the preparation process with the whole situation of them just being so dominant, and Ikas one more time just extremely on point here alongside with Karkas. And like when 2 players are going off like that,
you can see 16,
I mean
kills.
Captain still has only 1 kill.
Yeah, the one that he did to evade the 007 agent title. Only
so now
6 deaths.
The game has been essentially almost what looks to be on map put on pause here. Skin Lords still seems to be slightly lost, and Butters, smooth as butter that kill was by killing off Raw here. So no luck for Raw in this round, and no trade one more time coming in. As you can see, 3 players from Skin Lords still posted towards middle, and there's 1 player towards the doors on A. So looks like it's going to be an A hit, and most likely just the default smoke cross and taking the site.
Basically, but there are 2 players ready there. Lukia with the AWP, instantly taking down Prelude. Can he get anything else? They're slowly trying to move in, but this is going to be the tough one. Ikas has rotated as well towards the side. Just see the players. Instantly spots 1 player moving in. Butters takes him down as well. As they're now moving on forward, Elvis finally has found the kill. Looking for more with that Galil, but he hasn't found anything else just yet. As Captain goes down to Butters, only Elvis remaining in the smoke. Right as he pushes out, Lukia is there. It's going to be 10-1. I think this is going to be like every single round.
And Lukia did an amazing job of staying alive there. Like having like 2 players trying to push him, spraying through the smoke. The flashbacks from Lithuania players trying to save Lucas's life there obviously worked out.
I just want to point out like positioning from every single player from Lithuania has just been great. Like Karkas.
Oh, this is going to be a YOLO B rush, I think.
Okay, let's see. Barter's even pushing out. Gonna find the first player instantly. I believe Skinlords won't be happy about that, and they're gonna be sprayed down.
It's a meat grinder.
Butters finds one more. Now they're gonna maybe go down as Butters is looking for the kill with 5-7. Only 8x remaining, and Limeby with the USBS. No one falls from
These
the side of Lithuania.
Mac-10s literally did nothing in that round. Nothing.
They couldn't even cross.
And Butters with excellent use of that smoke that Skinlords were deploying, just getting a quick kill and falling back into the smoke. No trade possible there for Skinlords, and obviously then afterwards just running into a meat grinder, as I said, were just torn to shreds.
What do you think Rav is doing right now?
He's probably crying under the desk because Luki has already found captain while Ra is still in T-spawn. And there's still another 2 deagles on the side of Skinlords here, and not a great start for this season for them. I was definitely expecting more. As I said, I wrote down it's going to be 16-13 in favor of Lithuania here. So far, it looks like Skinlords need to learn a thing or two from Walsim.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely need to. They need to realize that there is strength in them. They need to realize that they can come back, because at this point, it looks like they're definitely thrown off their tracks. Yeah,
you can see by the players, and still, I believe Raw is experiencing some technical issues. I mean, he's still in T-spawn. Not entirely sure why no pause was called. So we're looking to get some information off that. But so far now, Butters does find Irix here and spots the second player. Misses an easy shot there. He's in a dangerous position. He's being pushed slightly, so he's unsure of which direction the player is going to be coming through, and he's sneaking closer and closer.
Ooh,
gets the damage, but Preliden will go down. Excuse me, but Preliden will eventually find him here, and that's not the best thing in the world, because he has managed to find an AVP, and I mean, Limeby should have been there to help out his teammate and not allow this to happen.
Like, even now, when you can see, like, Lithuania being a bit sketchy and too fast, maybe, about their movements, and like not playing the slow, smart CS, it still doesn't really matter too much. Well, there's like only one player up in front, and that's it.
Yeah, they're on a roll essentially right now, and they obviously want to continuously have that momentum and still keep shutting down Skinlords. Mind you, one more time, Catch traditionally still is considered to be a T-sided map if you play it correctly, as already our colleague Gekon said. So I really don't even know what to advise Skinlords at this stage. I mean, they've attempted to take mid.
Yeah, there is a pause.
They obviously cannot do so early on in this match. So, I mean, we haven't seen still... We've seen 2 caches right now.
Yes.
There was one already. So, either of these teams that... well, no, none of these teams that have played cache so far have played the strat where you smoke off a wall in middle.
Yeah, right.
Like you can shoot the vent, and with a lot of nades, you can potentially cause a bit of havoc going on there in the middle, or at least get safely out. And then when the smokes fade, you can flash forward and try to establish control of white box and connector and so on. So I mean, that's probably one thing they could potentially try here.
There's definitely a thing that they need to
going
try.
Towards A doesn't seem like an option at this stage.
No,
it's
not
like
at all.
It's a big no-no. There's Ikas there doing monster plays, and that's a highlight if I've seen one. Definitely scoreline 12-1.
Now I'm thinking like, maybe Skinlords in the middle can get some luck there, as to like maybe get who's usually playing in the middle there. Lukia peeks in there from time to time from highway, as he's on the side.
Carcass is usually there.
Yeah, Carcass as well in the middle, so maybe they can find those players, but those players are they have been so on point. So it's going to be pretty tough. With the wall of smokes, it can definitely work out and move on from there, because you mentioned going towards the side is just not working out. Every single smoke they put down to, Lithuania know how to work around it.
Yeah.
They have the players, the rotations that are fast as well and correct. So that is pretty huge.
I mean, there's so little things to say, and we're just looking to see. Okay, so we have found a bit of inside information,
but we're
not going to point it out. But the technical difficulties might not have been accidental. We're just gonna say that. Yes. So that's the situation right now. I'm not entirely sure how long this pause is going to be, but I'm sure a lot of people are getting hungry in this pause. So still, one more time, #Vault in the chat. Also, #MV sucks at prediction games, because he's going to lose this one, and just make sure you spam it like a lot.
You have lost prediction games 2 days in a row, and now you're winning, and you're like,
We are in the middle of the third day. I'm already tied. The day is not over. It looks like I'm gonna take over the lead. So like, you're not in any position to say anything.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
You're welcome. You're a lovely colleague, but you suck at prediction games. So, that's all I have to say. Really,
I have nothing to say now. I thought we were friends, you know, man. And you're just
we are friends. I'm just being honest about your prediction game.
Oh really? Oh really? In that Mighty Bulls game that I predicted,
what?
That was not like.
Oh! I already deleted that from my memory. It's fine. I don't hold any grudges here, but actually thinking of legit ordering some Vault myself because I'm really getting hungry, and I don't know if Raw is coming back or what exactly happened. So yeah, yesterday was my birthday, so potentially.
And you've grown, and you've become.
I have become wiser.
Old man. No, you've become a grumpy old man. Grumpy old man that just likes to push down everyone that comes in his way. It's like, what's up with you?
Hey man, order needs to be disposed.
Okay, sure. I want to talk a bit about the game. We can see Limeby, he did show up at the first few rounds. It was really exciting, but still 7 kills, not too much. Do you think that's just because the Carcass Lakers have gotten every other kill?
Limeby is actually playing on B site for the most part, and like early on you don't really see that much action going on there.
Yeah.
And in order for him to gain these kills, like we saw him play either backside of checkers behind the box, or in the headshot position.
Yes.
Both of these positions essentially require for terrorists to commit to this site. Whereas Butters actually pushes with the AVP, tries to get a kill, tries to evade backwards, and then somehow get this match on a roll. So Raw actually has made some movement here, has actually purchased the weapon as well. So it seems that we're going to be heading back into this match shortly. Hopefully that a small break has given enough courage and confidence, on this side of Skinlords here.
And hopefully they have calmed down as well, because you mentioned emotional team, and you can see it right here at this moment what happened.
Yeah. So obviously they need to regain composure and obviously somehow try to get these last 2 rounds that are remaining in this first half here on this match between Lithuania and Skinlords, both of the finalists of the previous year, regardless of the lineup changes.
Quite theoretically, do you think if Lithuania get those like 14 rounds, it's gonna be 14-1, do you think that Skinlords could potentially bring it back on CT side?
No way.
Even theoretically?
Not even theory. Like, this is impossible.
Okay.
I will genuinely write down what I just said and eat that piece of paper and swallow it live on stream if it happens.
I hope that you could like write that down and send it to every single player in Skinlord's team.
I mean,
just so they know.
The stream knows, so the players know. But back into this match here, we actually are live here. So one more time, smoke's being deployed towards middle here, and the nade is going to deal a good amount of damage both onto Irix and the captain here. Butters looking to, I feel like he did.
What? How does that even work? Even after the pause, they're instantly back in the game as Lukia has taken down captain as well. The players have left middle from Skinlord, so middle is not the choice to go to. And Carcass here pushes out, gets Elvis round with Relident remaining.
Triple AVP setup on CT side. Everyone is getting their kills, so now only Prelden and Raw here remaining. Prelden does have the AVP in hand, and he actually shows why, as he manages to find a kill and secure this A site here. You just need to make sure nobody's going to be crossing over here. There is a player just above him. He peeks the player and misses the shot, and Lukia actually gets the kill. Now Raw forced in a position where he needs to cross, but unfortunately the smoke had already faded, so he couldn't really get any closer to that. And it is going to be 13-1 in this first half here, potentially 14-1, as the amount of utility is going to be quite limited on the side of Skinlords. Really just Irix there with the nades off the back that he purchased the Mac 10, and Skinlords just scraping for their life at this stage, but they're being devoured.
But let's see now. Butters one more time. You can see like they're not even changing their positions that much. Lithuania, almost all the time you can see Skinlord just going in the same position. Lithuania just shuts them. Shuts them down. And let's see if this B push will work out. As ZAL is taking one, and Butters can't even take the shot. Finally, Skinlords have taken control of the B side. Let's see what can Carcass say about it, as he does not put any of the players. One player moved inside, and Carcass almost burning down. 4 HP left on him, and now it's gonna be a 3-player retake against 5.
Yeah, not looking too good for Lithuania in this particular round. Obviously, still props to Carcass for actually somehow surviving that.
Yeah.
Nades going through, Irix pushed into CD spawn here, but the Molotov, as well as alongside with Carcass's kill, gives them a small glimpse of hope, as now Carcass lands another kill, but will be cleaned up by Raw there. So 13-2, the first half has finished in a very dominant fashion. Carcass has actually dropped 20 kills, only 2 deaths on him. Now that's a statement.
Yeah, that definitely is the only rounds they lost, the only time the Carcass died. Every time they win the round, he's on top of his game, being really careful. As I pointed out earlier, like in B side, he did spot 2 players, one in checkers, one in B main, and instantly crouches down the headshot position, takes down 1 player, goes for the second, just perfect play all over the place. Now let's see now, look at, he's being boosted up, let's see how lucky can he get as he's trying to get the kill. And almost gets a lucky timing there, but that was not the case, as now they're gonna move into the A side. There's Brilliant with the USBS, not hitting his shots, Line being taken down 1. They're full moving on forward, Captain, but they're being pretty slow, and slowly but surely Skinlords are looking to get those kills. Only 4 on 4, 2
Levy
on
with
4.
the flank around the side actually gets away here, as now Skinlord's Captain does drop 2, eventually will go down to Butters. Only Elvis remaining here, does find a single kill, and is going to be a 1 versus 1 battle. Carcass, who's been extremely on point here, versus Elvis, who's always known to be a stable player, does spot him and will get the kill. So the first round will head towards Skinlords, and hopefully that will give enough confidence for them to pick up the remaining ones, as obviously if they lose this round here, which most likely Lithuania will definitely force by, I mean there's no reason why they wouldn't, it's going to be game over. So
yes, anytime now. That's even my feeling, although I'm rooting still for Skinlords. I don't see themselves like finding the way to do this one, and just looking worse and worse.
Yeah, so the smoke deeply deployed into B lobby here, preventing any players of even getting close to that B box in B lobby here. Actually, Lukia has managed to sneak through here, and if he finds the timing right, he might get a kill here. Will go down to Elvis. No trade coming in here. Lukia one more time looked to find a kill with the Deagle. Ikas now has another chance of taking out Elvis, but he will go down to him, and inevitably Lane B will trade him out, but there is still Captain on this B bomb side, as well as Eric's coming in here with the flank. I think he just heard one of the players.
Exactly. But you can see already Skinlord, they're pulled apart. One player is waiting for this player to come through. Okay, he's gonna get Butters. But it's gonna be 2-on-2 situation. You can see one coming from CT, the other one from the B side. And instantly here, Carcass knows where to look. Looking for that kill, and he's gonna get it. Rob, last man remaining, 1v2 situation with the MP7. Has to be pretty careful.
And doesn't have a kit.
And yeah, both players just peeking in the same direction and just takes him down with an ease.
I think the thing that really saved Lithuania, somehow luckily they managed to find both players with the M4s, and only SMGs were left on the side of Skinlords there. So obviously stronger firepower regardless, and obviously off the fact that Lithuania had forced up, they had armors at least, definitely, meaning that the aim punch was not an issue for them when these MP7s were coming out. So now Skinlords in the probably worst scenario, almost, apart from losing it initially. Yep. Just in a predicament essentially here as now.
What was doing? He threw in the flash and doesn't realize that CZ takes a bit more time to be ready.
Yeah, so that's a slightly rushed decision there, yes. I would say. Butters has managed to find Raw here as well, and it's just essentially a stomp at this point as the flashbang goes through towards T main, and they managed to find another kill onto Irix here one more time, of only 2 players remaining on the side of Skinlords, and all I can say, I just feel so sorry for them.
Yeah, they're not going to feel too great about this game, but I hope they're going to put in much more thought into what they need to do to get prepared.
Headshot there, but of course instantly traded out one more time, and now Captain with the Deagle will go down, and it is going to be 15-3, and Emmy is just throwing his hands in the air, because yeah, you can't really say much about this. So okay, well, It is 15-9. It is match point in favor of Lithuania, so they're going to be obviously looking to close this one out fast and not really give any too many hopes for the remaining leftover team of Skin Lords, if I dare say so myself. And now Raw with the Zeus will go down to Butters, needed to get closer. Ikas has managed to found Captain, actually finds Elvis along the way as well. Irix will go down, and only Prelude remaining here alive with the Deagle in a 1 versus 5 situation, in a situation where it's 15-3, all or nothing. He's been shot from the front, from the back, from the sides. He's dead. The game's over. I win the prediction game in this match. Hashtag MWeSucks at prediction games in the chat. And that's us. So, would you like to talk about what happened?
No, actually. I would like to go straight in the pause and calm myself down, because that's not the Skin Lords we're used to seeing. Like, nothing worked out. Like, we've been talking about Prelude being a flashy player. Where?
Yeah.
Where did that show? Nowhere. And
well,
Karka's just so on point.
Okay, so everything. To quickly recap what happened, the first problem was the 0-7 scoreline. Okay, when I feel like that sounded extremely obvious, but let me explain why.
Go for it.
So, like the 0-7 scoreline, knowing Skin Lords players it's like a mental block that starts to hit you. That's the moment when you start to doubt that, like, you know that you can get these kills, but you're not getting them. So why aren't you getting them? Are you not on a roll today? Or is the other player's mentality messing with you? Because definitely by that point something was most likely said. So that is still a huge learning curve, and that's also where the issues start to come from. And one more time, like, we all know that Skin Lords have the experience to be where they were last season.
Exactly, like the finals went in overtime. Both maps went in overtime. It was such a close game till the end. And here we're not seeing anything close to that.
Yeah, so...
do you think Skin Lords maybe are thinking that they are good enough, they maybe haven't practiced, and Lithuania have been working hard with the new player and everything else?
Perhaps the small lineup changes have taken a bit of a toll on them, as obviously we don't know what the situation is. Maybe they didn't have enough time to actually practice for this match. But still, though, props to, first of all, Karkas on the side of Lithuania. He's just displayed insane CS. As well as Ikas with not only that particular situation, which was just ludicrous. Because the second kill came in, like, I honestly wish we had like a timer between those kills. I'm sure we can check that information afterwards as well. But the second kill was so quick, there wasn't even a slightest chance for him to lose his life in the process, and therefore giving him the option of picking up the third player who's already was tagged up at that point. So obviously that all combined, and having these two strong players having such a strong impact on the A side, means that Skin Lords are then looking, okay, where's the issue? From their point of view, they're like, okay, maybe we need to take middle. So they're trying to take middle again, but they cannot get out safely because they're being picked up by these AVPs. And the last remaining half of the first half was actually played on the side of Lithuania with 3 AVPs on hand. And still they managed to win it.
That worked out perfectly. Like, so, none of the fast decisions that Skin Lords made, like rushing through the smoke, rushing into sites, instantly shut down either by grenades or some players standing were in position where they didn't know. Like, I really like that most of the players were cleaned out before entering the A site from highway, from deep in the highway. Yeah. So even if the player in highway gets pushed out, he still has time to back off, rotate away. Like, there's so many chances. Like, the positioning, everything was in order for Lithuania.
I wish I would have seen from Skin Lords a boost over middle. I just realized, like, when the T players are actually boosting up and trying to get out into middle, like Skin Lords, when they were on CT side, I feel like very early on they could have tried something like that, and they might have given them like the upper hand, because like you need to risk it at that point in time. I mean, like it's what, 14-3 or 13-3 or something like that, and in that situation, like why wouldn't you try it? I mean, you've essentially almost lost the match. As I said, like a comeback in that one was impossible. Giveaway one more time, please. Our behind the scenes Vault man, as we call him now, is telling us to remind about himself and the pleasures that he provides, and that is one more time the Vault giveaway, then hashtag Vault in the chat. Yes, exactly. If you want to attend one more time, the winner, please contact us at BESL Pro, and you will receive your credits added onto your account. The giveaway will be played out randomly though, so sometime starting from now till the end of the stream. we are going to give it away. We're also going to try and find a small announcement point where to one more time tell the person actually that they won. So next match we're going to be heading in is going to be Mighty Wolves versus Zalgiris, and Mighty Wolves, interestingly enough, in the intermediate division in ESEA, have managed to win the semi-finals and have actually secured the final spot.
Yeah, that was great news for them. And I think it's going to be a big confidence boost for them as well. Play against Zalgiris, probably in their mind not so tough, but still I believe they're going to put up a great fight. As we saw Mighty Wolves play against Autoclutch, was it? 16-14. That was just a crazy game. And even afterwards they were saying like MSN said to me like we were not supposed to win that. Like it just kind of worked out for us. So they kind of got lucky. But let's see what's going to happen here.
Hopefully the learning curve has been there for them, and obviously Zalgiris one more time last season at the very end had the change of a name there, so they need to prove themselves one more time.
And they were so close for the finals. Like they were right behind Malco, which got into the finals because WSD Sports didn't go to them. So Zalgiris, I think this season they definitely won that spot, and to prove it they need to win Mighty Wolves. But will that happen? We'll see that after a small commercial break.
Like the sound of big booming 4v4 friend fragging action? We'll fix you up. Go big, go boom with Guns of Boom.
But I'm foolish. I needed you. Know that I've been missing. But I'm foolish. I needed you. Know that I've been missing. But I'm foolish. I needed you. Know that I've been missing. But I'm foolish. I needed you. But I'm foolish. I needed you. Know that I've been missing. But I'm foolish. I needed you. I needed you.
can't wait until the summer, summer, summer. I just can't wait until the I just can't wait until I just can't wait until another when I got nothing on my mind. I just can't wait to rediscover when I meet with you again. Oh, I just can't wait until the summer when my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer when I meet with you again. Yeah, I just can't wait until the summer when my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer when I meet with you again. Yeah, I just can't wait, 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 wait. I just can't wait, 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 wait. I just can't wait, I just wait, I just can't, I just can't wait until the summer, summer, summer. I just can't wait until the I just can't wait until I just can't wait, 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 wait. I just can't wait, 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 wait. I just can't wait, 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 wait. I just can't wait until the summer. Every day is a reason to chase what you've been dreaming. For you I strive. And every week is a season. The winter's got my knuckles bleeding, but I don't mind. Sometimes I think that I could feel it. It keeps my time. And every night when I'm dreaming, feels like I'm falling through the ceiling. No, I don't mind, no. Just falling apart. The king's horses and men couldn't mend what is left of my broken heart.
Es mēģināšu balansēt pilsplauku, mēs ejam.
Oh my god, we're live. We're live, right?
Are
We're
we
live.
live?
Yes, we are live, and we're gonna head into the game Mighty Wolves versus Zalgiris pretty soon. But before that, prediction game I'm going to tell my prediction first because I need to do that and I need a little token to help me.
Okay.
Mighty Wolves choose I will.
Cringe, I will then. What's going to be your prediction in terms of the scoreline for this one?
16-8.
16-8. I'm just gonna one-up you just by one because I feel so confident. I'm gonna say 16-7 that Mighty Wolves are gonna win. So, our apologies, Zalgiris, but it seems that Mighty Wolves, considering their success in the ESEA season currently and being in the finals one more time, a separate congratulations for them about that. Definitely a team to be looking out for. And now also regarding the giveaway, I believe we do have a winner, and you should see that winner very shortly in the chat.
Oh, really? Will it be me?
Nah, man, you're not eligible. You work here, so...
That's not so interesting, but okay, the knife round has begun. Do you want to start on CT side? Do you think if Zalgiris is going to start on CT side, the game could go a bit differently?
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, obviously if they get a strong CT start, you can have this match extremely close, but you would need to gain, I would say, playing against Mighty Wolves, probably something like 10-11 rounds even for you to feel that comfortable. So I don't think that is going to be the case. Zalgiris regardless have actually won the knife round here, so most likely they will be staying on CT side, just off the fact that it's always easier to know that you can hold off the enemy team and start off that way. But then on the other side though, when you switch, you have a big mountain to climb.
Exactly, especially against Mighty. We've already seen them win Mirage 16-14, as you mentioned before, against Clutch, which was a super close game. By the end, it was a Mighty Wolves victory there, and let's see if that's going to be the same thing here. Lithuania versus Latvia. Let's see who's going to take down who. Let's introduce the teams. Zalgiris, we have Centrons, Reggie, Taurov, Walkman, and Election.
And for Mighty Wolves, we're actually going to have Emis, Kukaho, Deck, MSN, and Keen. So dangerous players. You can see actually Walkman has already made his way in underpass here as Reggie is pushing short, looking towards middle, and Kukaho here waiting for the potential push, and his teammate Deck here could actually play out extremely well, finding his kills instantly, and also Emis finds a kill in the process here, and already Zalgiris are dropped down, so only 2 players. Walkman will go down to Keen in middle, and just Mighty Wolves cleaning house.
They're so mighty, I have to say. Like, not losing any single player in pistol round is already a statement.
I don't think any of the players actually on the side of Mighty Wolves were dropped below 50 HP.
Yes, exactly. That's one more thing that they need to look out for. Zalgiris, hopefully they're not going to be bummed out about the first round not going their way. That's not too big of a deal. But let's see how the rest of the game will go, as one more time I'm sent pushing towards the B side, being a bit more careful, waiting for the push from Zalgiris as they did in the first round. This time Zalgiris being a little bit more passive as they have the CZ. You don't want to fight those in long range. As now Taurov, can he get anything? He can't, and there's the Election also going down. The rotation's pretty fast from Walkman as well as Centrons, but it looks like they just will save their weapons.
Yeah, obviously you have armors, you have weapons. There's actually 2 head armors as well on Reggie and Walkman here, so that's a lot of money invested that you want to hold on to. The next round is going to be a full economical one as well, and if you like every single small advantage that you can have, potentially you want to have on that side here. So far Mighty Wolves looking to do exactly what I hoped to see, and that was quick dominance coming out from their side. So aggressive plays coming out, not really taking much time in order to get that bomb down, get the ball rolling in their favor here, and the next following round in theory should follow up in their favor as well. As you can see, all the players are going to be saving their weapons here. The last remaining player from Mighty Wolves, that was MSN, stayed a bit behind, just making sure nobody's trying any sort of cheeky defuses there. So now heading into the next following round, interested, are we going to see another 5-man stack in window? Probably not.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that won't be the case. And I'm thinking, how will they put these pistols? Like, if you have saved those weapons, you have to use those weapons. So are they going to be like aggressive towards T-ramp? They're actually all going towards B. Okay, not all. 2 players heading towards middle. So let's see how that's going to work out, as they're already in the underground. And Mighty Wolves, they're actually prioritizing this B site.
Yeah, so they're essentially walking into a trap here now for the players are, and Reggie seems to have found the timing, and definitely here's the sound cues going off. Deck has already found Centrons here. Tarov actually being ignored for a second there as Deck will find another player, but the kills are going backwards and forwards. Still, the numbers game is in their favor. Reggie has found a player, and he needs to get this kill. Actually lets it slip away, and now is in a position where if he doesn't find an easy kill here, actually gets the kill here.
That's the bomb as well. So now the election just went down to him. He said definitely thought this could work out for him.
It looked hopeful for a
Yes,
second there, but
exactly.
unfortunately, it's like being in a position like Reggie was just a second ago. I hate that position when you have a CZ in hand. Like it's horrible because if it goes south, like there's not much you can do about it.
One more thing that I just noticed and completely forgot: the Zalgiris do have the coach undercover
Yeah.
playing for them. So do you think that's gonna play a big aspect here?
It depends if we finally will see the first tactical timeout coming out. The nade from the election though dealing solid amounts of damage. A lot of flashbangs being used here. The election doesn't see anything just yet, looking to see where the players are tricking out. Tarov has already found Deck and finds a second and a third, and the election with another 2 kills. Instantly, Zalgiris returning the favor on the first buy round here. Don't lose a single player. That means only utility was used, and that's really good news in terms of economy on the side of Zalgiris. And as we all know, and as I've said so many times before, you need to have a lot of nades in order for you to be able to hold off, well, Mighty Wolves definitely, but other than that, any other team. M is here peeking with the AVP and doesn't find anything just yet, falling back because a few nades did fly his direction.
I realized that Mighty Wolves are putting the emphasis on B side like almost every single round, and now they're not particularly going to that side.
Yeah.
But they're still making some noise. They're making sure that the players stay intact in B side, so they don't rotate. But as well, like they're making a move towards the B side with Keen here. But you can see all other players are just waiting.
And interestingly enough, Mighty Wolves have not decided to establish early mid control. So potentially that's something like they would be interested in regaining control of a little closer to the middle of the match, because it obviously raises warning signs for Zalgiris here and will start to, they might potentially start to question themselves.
Yeah, they could, but let's see. I think they're going towards the B side, but they're still leaving Keen here. Although he's in underground, oh, this could be a pretty good situation. If they take the A side, he can definitely backstab some players.
Yeah, I feel like that's the plan, even though Keen is making sure he's not going to be backstabbed by a player pushing B apartments. So obviously, they know Mighty Wolves now off the play of Keen there right now that Zalgiris don't really have that much information about how many people are towards B. This A execute, as soon as the smokes start flying in, which is happening now, is going to be a dead giveaway about the A execute coming in. And as long as they can execute it in a chaotic fashion, Keen should be able to get these backstabs in, as he already has managed to find tower off here, as now Tentron's disposed of MSN, and Reggie just being aware of the fact that a backstab now is imminent because of that early Keen kill coming in. And the bomb actually has been safely planted. Not a lot of utility left. Like, I mean, there is still a Molotov on Walkman there, and two flashbangs in total, and Reggie finds Keen already.
When the election, what a shot onto Zed that leaves only Emis and Garko, and Emis goes down. Only Garko remaining, and there is the retake that we were hoping for.
The election with the headshots. I feel like the first kill he got, he took no damage in return because the player that was killed was afraid to damage his own teammate because he was in his line of sight. So most likely that was the scenario. Regardless though, solid headshots coming out from the election there. Good job on his side. One more time showing why AKs on CT side are a scary thing. And 2-3 now. Mighty Wolves forced to purchase a few pistols around the board as well as a few nades. And now Walkman with the AVP is going to be peeking towards middle. Not going to find anything just yet as the Emis and
this looks like a fake. This looks like the fake. You can see there are 3 players towards the B side and 2 players towards the A side. This could be even a double fake as Deck, like, yeah, exactly. He goes out, looks for all the information he can get. They go towards the B side and the bomb comes in. Perfect position for Deck, maybe even to get the kill, but no, he's spotted. He's looking for the kill, but stays.
And you can see 4 players already from Zalgiris are heading towards A now, and this B execute coming in, which is another fake coming out from Mighty Wolves, is going to draw a lot of attention, a lot of rotations. There is still 1 player staying behind on A side, making sure now that Keen has gotten this kill. M is pushing with the AK. He needs to find this kill, gets another kill here, and gets the third. And now the bomb!
But there is the bomb. But those are the only 2 players on the A side. There are 3 players left. 1 up, 1 AK on their hands. This is definitely doable. Let's see how they're going to approach this one. But Reggie's position is almost perfect with that smoke being deployed there. The 50 seconds left. Let's see how this one will end, as now they're even heading back. 1 player is going to go towards T ramp just to make sure no one's there.
they weren't expecting for the fake to work out so good.
Yeah.
And obviously the bomb perhaps rushed it a bit. I feel like he could have waited a lot longer just to make sure that the remaining CT players will be forced to rotate and try to position themselves closer to this B bomb side. But now Keen making his way towards Reggie, and Reggie Bill still being on 11 HP, essentially 1 bullet, and he's dead. Does find Emi somehow. Ooh. Does find Keen. And now only MSN remaining here.
1v2, Reggie is low, 11 HP, 81. Another guy, he's gonna find one. Can he get the second one? He's looking for the shot with the CZ, but he can't find it. And Centrons, one more time, he's gonna get the kill. And now the score will be evened out 3-3. Yoda, please help me.
So whoever was carrying the bomb there, sorry dude, but you really had to wait a lot longer. When in a position where your teams are getting all the kills, I mean, the situation where you show where the bomb is before the other rotations have gone through and you received information from your teammates that the remaining players are known, you should not really be showing yourself. So it's been an extremely close game so far, and it looks like we actually have a timeout on our hands. And is this finally a tactical timeout we might see?
I think this is a technical timeout because I don't see the time ticking. If it would have been tactical timeout, probably there would be time ticking.
Okay.
So this could be a technical one. Hopefully the issue will be fixed soon, but at the moment, what a game we have. So much action already in the first 6 rounds.
And I feel like that first buy round that Zalgiris won actually gave them the confidence boost necessary to make these sort of plays.
Yeah.
Admittedly though, they really got lucky in this round.
Yeah, they
just off the fact
but they stayed so long in the A site even after they.
Yeah, well, they were probably staying behind because the whole B site was taken. They had 2 rifles on their hands and probably were starting to think about saving already and just wanted to deal with like the players the one player that showed up, and that unfortunately was the player with the bomb.
Yeah,
and Reggie, well, also props to Reggie. Oh my god, 11 HP and he finds 2 kills in that situation.
Exactly. That should not have happened.
Definitely no. So far looks like we are going to have a closer match than we expected, just judging off these rounds. In terms of buy, we can see, well, some of the T players haven't bought yet, so I'm sure they will buy up. And in terms of stats, there's no real player that stands out currently in kill-wise. So it seems that both teams are putting in a solid amount of effort here in this match. Reggie
Keen has been pretty great, and as you just said, Reggie as well on their team. So at the moment, I would say they both stand out. But let's see if that's gonna translate after this pause. If they're gonna continue on going, because there's so many other players ready to shine. And Walkman as well, he hasn't had that moment with the op just yet, because as I said before, my teams, they're not even thinking about middle. They're not taking it at all. So they're either going towards B side or the A side, and then they actually approach middle through the underground.
Yeah.
So that's kind of working out for them. Let's see when Zalgiris will understand that and maybe decide to do something about it. Maybe they if the middle is empty, they can push towards middle and even get in the B apartments behind them, or towards T spawn, and that goes as well as a lot of information gained.
There is still one player usually from Mighty Wolves staying behind, just making sure there are no mid pushes there, so a pop flash will be required for the player who has ever decided to push towards upper mid, goes for that clearance. Regardless though, looks like we're heading finally back into this match now, as the timer has gone down, and I'm not entirely sure Zalgiris really needs to change anything as much as hold on to this and just make sure they win their fights. I know it sounds kind of lame, but that's exactly what they need to do. They haven't really made any huge crucial mistakes.
Here you can see the middle push from Zalgiris. They realize that they're actually pushing towards middle, and here Centrons finds one. Walkman finds the second. Reggie comes in, finds MSN, looking for more, but Keen disposes of him, and it's going to be 2-on-3 situation now. And they actually can plant the bomb for free, but they're still going to make sure that no one's in CT. As Keen now gets the bomb, what is their plan here? They could have already planted the bomb. And now with all those Molotovs and grenades coming through, and Emi's only with 10 HP, I don't know if this is the right choice from them.
Yeah, they're really pushing their luck with this one. I mean, first of all, in this position, they could have safely gotten the plant there. Now Emis goes down, and Keen only left with the bomb. Needs to find both of these players, and that's not going to be the case, as obviously double peeking versus Keen there didn't work out. And you can see if they would have planted the bomb, they would have enough money for another semi-buy, meaning that there wouldn't be a lot of utility, but they could go for like a fast B, execute one more time or something along the lines of that, and just make sure that they grab like a smoke along the way to smoke off any sort of Molotovs that might be heading their way. Regardless, though, it looks like B is going to be the favorite choice, as a full rush is going to be coming in. The flashbangs, as well as a Molotov deployed by the election here, will find the first play. Actually, doesn't get the kill there, and he might be overwhelmed. As now
But he gets two. He's looking for the third. He's gonna find the third. He's gonna find the fourth as well. Only Kukaho is remaining, and with the USPS, the election can get the kill. And Kukaho alone, completely trying to deal some economical damage, because that's still possible at this stage of the game. And even Zax Centros kills him off. A 1v2 situation. If he picks up the weapon, he has a great chance of winning this one, as now he's pushing in. Gonna get the M4 in his hands. 8 bullets in it. Has to be careful. He's gonna check out short, but Reggie instantly takes him down. And that's going to give Zalgiris the 5th round that they desperately needed.
Considering the situation, definitely nice try from Kukaho there. Managed to get a kill there, also retrieves the weapon. Slightly unfortunate with the timing towards the short peak, but he also didn't have armor, so that long distance fight didn't really go into his favor here. Now Walkman with the AVP on the A side is going to be slightly peeking towards A ramp. Doesn't find anything just yet. Centrons has managed to safely cross towards window, and now Reggie looking to play around this smoke that he deployed himself, just to make sure that he has some amount of control towards middle. And here we can see MSN making sure there are no shenanigans happening, and nobody has pushed up close towards short or peeking into mid. So a lot of nades, a lot of utility used from the side of Mighty Wolves here, just to make sure that they have established this mid presence. And obviously this is a switch up at this point in time, and they did require, as you could see now, unlucky there on the side of Zalgiris, that they didn't manage to get that free kill.
As you can see, the players are still in the middle, and looks like they might be falling back now towards the B side. They could pick up the bomb and just run towards B. But will that be enough? As I don't think they have faked too much. They haven't dealt almost any damage to the enemy players. But let's just see what's going to be the case here. Skeen has even taken control of the ladder room and checking out window, but no one shows there just yet. The Centron is just waiting for the aggressive push to come through. And if they decide to go towards the B site, there is the election ready here. Oh, this could be a mistake. Okay, but he does the smart thing and falls back just in time.
Yeah, that was a risky peek coming out there. Obviously, if any of the players would have swung wide there, they would have definitely found him. And one more time, Mighty Wolves are going to be attempting to take this B side here. Smoke being deployed, Tarov caught with his pants off, and now the election as well along the way. And that is instantly horrible news for Zalgiris, as retaking this side doesn't look like really an option here, with one AVP in their hand as well. And Keen just making sure nobody has pushed up too close to this kitchen area. So this round will be given up by Zalgiris, and that is going to give the 4th round towards Mighty Wolves. They cannot really allow themselves to push too far in terms of hunting for these weapons that Zalgiris have on their hands. So most likely Walkman will retain his AVP alongside with Centrons and Reggie holding on to those rifles here. So Mighty Wolves, a good switch up in terms of pace, I would say. Like they did it at an odd timing. Like the push towards B was not either in the begining of the round, it wasn't in the middle of the round, it was just a bit off. So it really puts the CT players on hold.
One more thing that I just kind of understood it. Maybe Mighty Wolves didn't take control of middle until this point, so Zalgiris would like not put too many people in there, like not player from short or connector or anything, so they can take it on later, because it definitely worked out. The short push, the apps push, the B was completely.
And Mighty Wolves love B side. It looks like they're going to be trying to execute the same thing again. Molotovs coming through here now, as a lot of damage being deployed. There are 2 terrorist players in connector here, and they could try and use this timing advantage, and that's exactly the case, as now Geen is going to be boosted into window here, so that's a huge distraction coming their way. Reggie potentially might find a player here just behind the smoke, as Keen now making his way towards Kishin. Here's the player looking to find the kill and secure it, but first a lot of information will be gathered. Will he knife him? No, he's not going to knife him, obviously. No point.
He needs to knife him. He needs to knife him.
Yeah.
Knife! Yes! Thank you! And now let's see, can Reggie hold this one off, as they didn't have the information about the rest of the players. Taurov was just spotted, but he's going to take 1 kill there. 3v3 situation, and Taurov, he can't find any more kills, but there's still player in middle looking to get those kills, as MSN finds 1, and now the second player will push out. Let's see if Centros can find him. He did spot the player. MSN looking if he can find the kill, and he will find it. That was Kukaho as well, taking down Taurov 5-5. Great execution by Mighty Wolves.
Beautiful execution. Yes. They managed to do even the plan before I managed to announce it. Like, as I was thinking of them boosting a guy into Widow using this distraction, that's exactly what they did. And off that, Keen was able to literally backstab a player, and that was also the AVP player there. So now you can see Zalgiris are back forced down to pistols. The scoreline has even out, and in theory, one more time, this round should be heading towards Mighty Wolves. They will definitely take their time, just judging off by their positioning and making sure no pushes are happening here. MSN in a slightly dangerous position, being under window alone, so like not really trades can go his way. So he needs to make sure when he chooses his timing in peeking into a connector here. Regardless though, Mighty Wolves are slowly heading their way towards closer to this middle, making sure nobody is pushed up close to short, clearing out every single corner here before the bomb will be inevitably picked up. And there are actually 3 players on B, and I love the position from Walkman here. Quite often in high stressful situations, a lot of players don't check this position when they're entering B site, and obviously being in a position where the kills are going backwards and forwards, that can play a huge role.
Definitely. Let's see if Reggie will get lucky. Will he spot Keen there? But no, Keen spots him. Takes him down. We can see already how far Kokaho has gotten in this site. Will he spot the player and only...
Oh, Kokaho actually checks.
He's gonna find one, and he's gonna get both of them. How lucky is that? That even the 3rd player in the site, as Centron's gonna be left alone and probably put down now for like saving the P250.
Yeah, well, you can see what ESA, ESEA, and experience teaches you, meaning that check everything and never ever doubt that someone's not hiding somewhere close by. So good mind presence coming out from Kokaho there in that round. Definitely just cleaning out essentially B side, as well as props to Mighty Wolves for taking their time in this round. Quite often we can see that players overextend their welcome, and now I believe Centrons was spotted here in A ramp. You can see that the remaining terrorist players are already on the way, even after this P250. Deck seems to be really keen to dispose of Centrons, and we'll see if that's going to be the case.
See, as they're pushing even into here, how far can he get? Oh, he can't even get the kill. Keen's gonna find it. 6-5. Mighty Wolves are back in the lead.
And look at how much money they have.
Yes, Kokaho 10k in his pocket. MSN as well. M is the only one below 5k.
Yeah, which is definitely not the worst
Yeah,
scenario. So like you're not gonna be sad about it.
That is one full buy.
Also, duly noted that Mighty Wolves, off the back of the initial slack and lack in the scoreline, essentially when it was 5-3, they switched up the pace. They, in the first time in a few rounds, they took over a mid control very early on in the round, and just off that single round, they've managed to also continue their aggression and have turned this into a 5-6 situation. So that's exactly what you can see, how you can abuse areas that you haven't previously taken control of and try to change the pace of the game, not trying to do the same thing that you've done before, but just faster.
Yep, and here we can see one more fake coming their way. They deployed the smokes from almost T spawn towards the B side, leaving now only MSN here. I believe he knows where one player could be, and he's hiding kind of good here and even manages to get away. Let's see in middle, can Reggie find the player here? Keen is looking to get that kill, and here Centrons, nope, he can't survive that, as Walkman as well will go down almost instantly. Reggie, last man standing here towards the A side, is still gonna look for some kills. Did spot a player towards the CT spawn. Has to be careful because there's one player behind him. Keen's gonna take him down and at least start off an election to save. One more time, Mighty Wolves, when they get in the side, they clean out the house and nothing else left for Zalgiris to, like, not even rotate. There's not enough time to rotate.
Yeah, also props to Mighty Wolves. Like, you can see this several times now in a row where they clear out every corner they see. And Emerson actually finds both players here, so no weapons saved on the side of Zalgiris, and that also puts them in an awkward position where they can afford to buy like a pistol or two. Perhaps someone is going to buy like a P250 in armor, but that's probably the extent of that buy. You can see a few CZs, actually 4 CZs picked up, and only Reggie on the deagle here. So one more time, Mighty Wolves should be taking their time with this round if they are following their economy straight. But there's actually 2 CT players in underpass here, and one more time 3 players towards B. So Walkman now heading his way, but he's going to be spotted, and Kokaho with an instant headshot there. Did he spot the second player? I don't think so.
Doesn't look like it, but he's still going to check in and still going to get the kill. Reggie did find one player with the Z-gun. He's going to be the last man remaining for the side of Zalgiris. He has the AK in his hands, but how much can he do with it? I mean, was he spotted? He was even spotted from the table.
At this stage, you cannot even deal too much economical damage on the side of Mighty Wolves. You really should be saving at this point in time and making sure your team is going to have the nades to use to hold back to them. So Zalgiris seem to start to lag behind in terms of thinking about what they should do. Also, question of why the hell I haven't seen a pause yet, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
And
What is
question number 3,
doing?
what is the coach doing?
Well, he has to figure out something really quick to get their team back in the game, because it looks like Mighty Wolves have finally grabbed a hold of it. But let's see, maybe this will work out. And up towards the CT. But if smoke lands there, although they're moving in without the smoke, and that allows Walkman to get the first kill, will he stay alive long enough for his team to rotate here? That is the question, but let's see, as they're already pushing in, and he can't even get decked. That was so quick to take down Walkman. 3-4 situation, Zalgiris needs to now go for the retake, and Emis is already understands that this could be the thing happening here.
I think he knows, otherwise he wouldn't hold this angle for so long.
Yeah, and perfect timing, and he's even gonna
he even waits for that second repeat there. So good trigger control there coming out from Emis. Obviously, Delection and Tarov now on the way of saving their weapons, or at least attempting to do so again. Mighty Wolves definitely should be hunting at this stage, and only Emis seems to be doing so. So not entirely sure why that is the case, because like you really should be throwing everything at this stage to throw Zalgiris off. Regardless, though, it is 5-9 in this first half of this match, so excuse me. Mighty Wolves have definitely done an excellent job on their terrorist side here and looking to secure the 10th round potentially.
That could be the case as we're heading into the last round of the first half. Let's see, Taurov this time with the op. So the Zalgiris, they are switching out op to different players and trying to find the right fit for this kind of scenario. But there's the side of Mighty Wolves, they know that they need to put Emis on this job. And Taurov, with all the grenades coming through, he realized he has to get back. And now let's see what's going to be Keen's plan here. He just takes off the attention towards the B site. Nothing too crazy just yet. And he can't even see any kind of player speaking towards the car or anything. And here, oh, if that spray would have connected.
Yeah, if that would have connected, that also would have been a bit of a tilter. I mean,
definitely.
From the CD point of view, why would you just randomly spray the smoke and like you die off of that?
Yeah.
But one more time, it looks like Mighty Wolves are going to be, at least so far, from judging from their positioning, they're just going to be holding for pushes and looking to see if Zalgiris will decide to push for some sort of information. They will be gathering towards A here one more time. And also Keen is not going to be staying behind in B apartments or going underpass. Most likely will stay towards the middle position just to make sure there's no quick T-spawn flanks coming in. But this is going to be an A execute coming out from Mighty Wolves one more time. You can see Keen making his way slowly towards middle, just making sure nobody has pushed up there already up close. And the nades are about to be deployed.
I really like how they are using Keen, Mighty Wolves. Like they're putting him towards B all the time, making noise. Now he's checking middle as well as the push begins towards the A side. Let's see what can Walkman do here. He sprays through smoke. No one is there, but here Centros, he's off the player towards the A side. The smoke was not the best smoke put down by Mighty Wolves.
As well as Reggie did manage to find another kill in the process there, as now Deck with the flashbang for himself, looking to see if he's going to be flashed towards here. They really need to clean out the CT, but Tarov alongside with Kukak. What?
How did he get those kills? I definitely thought Tarov will take off the attention from Centrons. They'll get the free kill here. Now they're moving on forward. Walkman's gonna take down Kako. M is left alone, but he can't find a kill against the Delection.
That looked hopeful.
Yes, that looked really good as they were peeking him one by one. That definitely could have worked out for Mighty Wolves. But 9-6, still a good half. Good stance for Mighty Wolves, but I have to say, Zalgiris, they're putting up a great fight.
Yeah, Zalgiris definitely have shown up in the sense that they did gain a lot of solid rounds in a row, and obviously having like, that was how many? Five rounds in a row that they managed to secure. So now, switching up these sides, Zalgiris really, I mean, this is the moment where not necessarily that you need to switch up your game style, but like if you're not going to be doing so, you really need to be confident in your first round. And you can see two players are heading towards B from Zalgiris, actually going to be heading into underpass here. So it seems it's going to be a 3-2 split, meaning that two players are going to be entering A side from connector, and the remaining three players are going to be making noise coming out from A ramp, and one is going to be one in A
Let's see, will Emis spot the enemy players? Will his head be taken off?
It's not going to be the case just yet. He's making a lot of noise and giving his position away, but it doesn't spot any players just yet. So very nice footwork coming out from the terrorist players there. Now definitely noise has been made, and obviously Keen has already heard the players coming out from A ramp here. Is going to be put in a position where he needs to get at least 2 kills. He will lose the first one, will get the second though, and another player from A apps is going to be taken down by MSN here. Now only Centrons and Tarov remaining here, and Centrons in jungle. Tarov already disposed of, so 1 versus 4 now. Player in window, player in the hole, in the default. So players every single direction, and Kokaho just cleaning it up, getting the last kill, and that is going to be first round on the side of Mighty Wolves. And I feel like this is the moment. Okay, so this is the moment when you are Mighty Wolves and seeing that like Zalgiris can still fire back, you really want to approach this one really carefully. Like, you don't want to give them a chance to scrape their way back into this, meaning that you need to control the enemy's economy, and therefore like you cannot allow to die that much. And Kokaho with a beautiful kill coming out onto Reggie here. Now Delection is going to be held back in these B apartments by the Molotov deployed here. One more time, a deep nade coming out from deck here, and a lot of nades. Keen is going to be in a hell of a lot of fun. There's a lot of players.
So much damage dealt, but 0 kills, and now Deck burns down Saurov. Are they pushing out forward? Emis goes down to Centrons as he was heard pushing behind them. Let's see, will they get any luck here, as now it looks like Zalgiris, they're a bit falling back.
Yeah, so Zalgiris are a bit lost what they need to do, but I mean at this stage when you have 2 players on low HP and Centrons still sitting on 68 with the MP9, there's not a lot you'll be able to do here, so you really should be debating about this stage. Should have you committed fully to that until the very end or no, but obviously just off the fact that there was a Molotov that they couldn't really trickle into this side.
Only one player died because of that, so that's kind of understandable for them to slow the game down a bit. And that was your pen, not mine.
Yep.
And now let's see. Okay, they're going to decide to go towards the B side as it looks, or they're going to go through underground. This is looking really weird. Although I think they should have faked right now.
Yeah, Walkman could have faked and tried to like distract, but I mean he's on 13 HP and has a deagle and a flashbang. I don't know how much of a fake he can make. As we now Kokaho positioning himself towards this ticket box here. MSN still sitting in ninja position. I feel like that position most likely will not be checked here as they're being pushed by time. And as I say that, MSN will go down to Walkman here. Bomb plant instantly going down. Now Kokaho looking to find any kills here. Doesn't suspect a player behind the default box. Flashbang coming in here. And Walkman with another deagle kill here, giving excellent chances for his team to secure this round. We had completely written them off, but they're definitely not out of the blue as Delection finds the final kill.
Great job. Have to say, and like winning the 4th round and now putting Mighty Wolves in a situation where they like need to force. But let's see. They're not even going for a full force, Mighty Wolves, so they're not going to fight back with this one. Do you think that's a right call?
I feel like probably, yeah. They want to have a bit more utility when they're going to be buying up. Understandably so, and now still a good amount of utility being used also from the side of Zalgiris here just to establish mid control, making sure no real pushes are happening. They're just desperately trying to get a kill through the smoke here with the deagle spamming away, just at least damage or something, but they have yet to find a player apart from knowing that there is a player in window.
Let's see, these 2 players are in underground still waiting. So it was a big case, but Reggie pushes in, gets both of them. That's already a huge deal, and they should understand, yes, the B side's completely empty, as now only MSN is going to get the kill from the CT side. Deck now has to rotate. He did find Election, so 2v3 and these deagles could be really scary for Zalgiris.
Yeah, so smoke being deployed here, Deck trying to find the timing to actually get a kill here. Not going to be that lucky though. MSN also with the deagle, most likely both of them will be saving these weapons and looking to see if they can find any sort of rifles they can pick up or
MSN even finds the AK.
Yeah, so definitely a save coming out here. An interesting round, I must say. I mean, I'm still slightly thrown off by the previous one because I'm trying to wrap my head around how did really Mighty Wolves let that one go. But it all started off with, I believe that was MSN in that ninja position dying on a site, and that was slightly unfortunate. I mean, he really shouldn't have peeked there, especially when the seconds are coming down. The terrorists are going to feel pressured into planting the bomb, and that's going to be your go-to moment. But that was not the case, and obviously he peaked a bit too early, lost his life, and essentially, most likely, just off of that, the round was lost. So now, 8-10, Zalgiris have managed to put another round on their side.
Do you know why I'm psyched?
Because I cannot win the prediction game anymore.
Yes, exactly. So take that, V. But let's see what can Zalgiris put up here. Maybe they can turn around. Maybe we can both lose the prediction game here. At least this game. Because Zalgiris can definitely still bring this one back.
That is also true. But hopefully that's not going to be the case, as to make it more interesting for you guys here. Now, 3 players were posted up towards A apartments here, as Tarov has already lost his head in the process. Now Mighty Wolves with those Eagles, definitely Mighty is now keen at trying to return the same favor on the other side of the map here. Exactly not going to be the case as it was on towards B. Smoke's being deployed. M is looking to see over the smoke just to see if he can spot any players coming into the side. Kukaho unfortunately losing his life here to Delection. And now Reggie looking to deal some damage through these smoke grenades. How did he see the player?
I have no idea, but they're just practice, and one more time practice. Let's see now, can he survive this one? He's with 17 HP and he's peeking out towards the AK. That's not a battle that you're going to win. And Zalgiris, they're going to get the 9th round. And they're looking to get back into this game. We talked about that you want to start on CT side, but then you have to be convincing on the T side. And Zalgiris, they're doing that.
Yeah, that's exactly rightly so. And I mean, they switched sides here, started off 6-9. Yes. And it is going to be 9-10 in a few moments here, as now Reggie desperately looking to see if he can find MSN. Does actually find him, but MSN will take him down. So that is going to be the AK saved on the side of Mighty Wolves, and MSN is going to be a key player with that weapon in the next following round. He was almost found there for a second. But
do you think he's gonna stay on the A side, MSN? Like just putting more players towards the
They
side?
have enough money to buy up here, so MS is going to be with the AVP here, a force to be reckoned with, and this is the moment where Mighty Wolves really need to start bringing it back, otherwise it can quickly escalate out of control. And Zalgiris are actually going to be heading 3 players towards A apartments, and it looks like it's going to be a quick round here, and MSN's spray control will be tested in a moment as the nades are coming through here. Actually waiting for the first players to come out. Will find the kill.
Oh, but instantly goes down. That's quite unfortunate for MSN to lose that life early on, when Zalgiris haven't even taken the site. Only now they're slowly trying to move in. And here Remis, he's gonna find a kill on Taurov. Look for something else. There are players near Tetris. There are players under the woods. And who is it boosted up here? Let's see, Kukaho waiting for someone to move into the site. We can see where Reggie is. This could be a crucial point for him.
Yeah, and this has come to a standstill. I mean, there's still a lot of utility on the side of Zalgiris they can use. There are smoke grenades, and Reggie finding the kill onto deck there, and that's a crucial find for them to move on onto the site. Kukaho will be disposed of, and Walkman will go down.
Reggie is on fire.
Reggie really switching it up for his team there. Also props to Delection. I mean, they're both really showed up, and well, essentially are the reason why Zalgiris are still in this game.
Definitely. Especially the fact that Reggie got the kill and connector against Deck there. There was not supposed to be any chance, but Deck, I believe, was like daydreaming or something.
Well, you do have that moment when, like, that's why you see a lot of players when they're sitting and holding a passive angle, they slightly move their crosshairs to like keep your mind on point. Otherwise, like if you hold it static, some players tend to fall asleep in that situation. You just don't react so fast. That's just reaction test for you. But still though, Reggie has managed to get relatively close to a connector here, actually deploys a deep smoke to make sure that they will be able to safely cross into short here, but that also seems to be done in the sense of a fake. Walkman somehow flashing himself in the process there, slightly hilarious. But what's not funny is that it is 10-10, and there is the potential of Zalgiris actually losing this match, meaning that we both lose the prediction game, but that would also mean
losing, but yes,
that would also mean that I would be still in front.
Wow, that's so cool, man. Let's see what's going to happen tomorrow.
So at this point, go Zalgiris. And you can see the nades being deployed by Kukaho here in B apartments, and obviously understanding that the B hit is bound to come through here. Doesn't find a hill. Actually gets the first one there, but unfortunately Tarov is just too quick for him. Emis with a kill with the CZ. Doesn't get traded out, and Deck actually here in a position where he can hold off these apartments, and the players already are rotating back, and Keen here just needs to stay alive and just give enough information for his teammates to rotate rotate safely. There's not going to be a lot of time for the bomb plant to go down. Emis looks like is going to only expose himself when the bomb will be seen. Keen has given away his position, and Emis now with the CZ, with the perfect timing. Only 13 seconds remaining here. They really need to push this fight, and now Keen in the best position, missing the AVP shot. Now only Emis remaining here. 2 bullets on his.
It's all on him. It's all on these 2 bullets. He can't deny the bomb plant. He has only 1 bullet. It'll be Deck now coming in with the AK. This could be huge. Let's see if they're gonna decide to peek behind him, because Deck, if he goes out now, he can take them both.
Yes!
And he's gonna take them both down. 11 to 10. Mighty Wolves, they do it.
Oh god, I got scared there for a second. Yes. I thought that they were going to turn around and check A ramp, but obviously there was not a position they were considering at that point in time, and that is the lifeline that Mighty Wolves secured in this round for them, and obviously they need to capitalize off this.
And this is their eco round. This is their eco round. You can see now how good their money is, at least on 2 players that managed to save the weapons. The AWP was, I don't know if AWP was saved as well. I don't think the AWP was saved. They just saved the AK. Yes, exactly. Sammy just bought the AWP.
Yeah.
And now let's see how is this one going to continue. As Reggie heading towards middle, they do have the Walkman with the AWP, but he's not heading out to middle just yet. Waiting for that aggressive push that we saw once from Zalgiris, but we haven't seen any time from Mighty Wolves.
So now, it seems one more time that both of these teams are going to be taking their time in terms of establishing this mid control. Obviously, some default smokes have been thrown, but not much here, as Kokaho does take some amount of damage, and I believe he was spotted, and that's why they decided to fall back. He wasn't really too sure, was it just a random spray to the smoke, or was he actually seen, therefore better not risk it. And now Emis with the kill onto Centrons here, giving the man advantage back on his side here.
Smoke will Reggie check corner, go check, but Keen, the timing to move out there. Whoa, that's impressive from Keen, realizing that someone could push in. Goes into the off angle, takes him down, leaves only 2 players alive, and I believe this is going to be Walkman and the election saving. Because I do believe Walkman can drop at least 1 weapon, Reggie can drop a weapon, and maybe the election can drop either a pistol or a submachine gun.
Yeah, so they definitely should be holding on to these weapons till the very last seconds of this round. No point of going for that, as that one more time. Also, Mirage is a map where the AVP can be really impactful as long as it's being used in terms of spawns. So even if the AVP gets is given to a player that might be saying, I would like to see a player head towards B apartments and just looking to see if he can get a pick.
Yes.
Because that really throws the other team off. Like, you're instantly forcing a rotation from A, meaning the A side is weaker. And if you play in a fake in the middle of that, that definitely is something that might be an option for Zalgiris here. So Deck just putting a few bullets in that window in the case that someone is going to be hiding behind there. That's not going to be the case this time, so it is going to be 10 to 12 here in favor of Mighty Wolves. And obviously Zalgiris are now in a position where they're not really sure to buy up or no. It seems that they had a bit of brief discussion there and inevitably did buy up. So Walkman really needs to get a pick here, and he's going to be heading towards A apartments here, looking to get a pick towards stairway, but he doesn't know that he will be greeted in a few seconds by Emis with an AVP in return.
Yep, if he goes out, let's see, Tarov here doesn't get any luck. I like how Mighty Wolves are instantly shutting down any kind of aggression that could come up here. Tarov missing the time to get the kill here. And let's see now, Emis, okay, Keen has gotten out pretty far, so Reggie knows where they are as they go out, but there's, oh, Emis, he left that position. I thought they were gonna double peek it, but Keen was alone. That's a mistake.
That is definitely a mistake, and also Keen switched his weapons in the just before he exposed himself, and I mean by the tracers and by the angle, I mean he definitely had enough experience to know that the player was closer than being at the very bottom there. So slight mistake, but it can cost a lot. But MSN now could gather a lot of information. He definitely heard the players.
Exactly.
There are already players out on A site, so MSN needs to play the backstabber's role here, as Emis and the others will act as a distraction. Even if they get the bomb plant, it's all going to be on MSN's shoulders here, and he does not need to show his presence earlier than required. So, wow, Taro finding Deck here in the process in the window, so that's one position cleared out. MSN now sees a lot of players, exposes himself so quickly, as both Kako and MSN have found a kill here. Now only 2 players on the side of Zalgiris will remain. Only 1 now, and that is going to be Walkman.
Ooh, and Emis, the 2 last kills, he's gonna get them. The bomb will be defused, it's gonna be the 13th round.
I really thought they had that one.
Yeah, it looked really shaky. at first for Mighty was when MSN dropped out, he didn't spot all of the players. He could have been easily killed himself instantly from the back lines.
Yeah.
But that was not the case, so he got lucky. He got 2 kills there. Managed to get the information on the other player as well, so there he was pushed on Walkman. He was just way too low on HP to do anything about that at that stage. Although he did have the op. It could have gone a bit different way. But let's see now. One more time, Zalgiris, they're putting Reggie in middle just to make sure that no early aggression comes out, as Mighty Wolves did put up last time. Of course, didn't work out for them, but you know, anything can change.
Anything can happen indeed now, as still there is a buy coming out from Zalgiris here, regardless of the few nades that they still have on their side. And Tarov looking to just get the headshot in there. Unfortunately, cannot get the timings right. Reggie also lurking around this connector smoke with alongside of his teammate, and Keen in a position now where he will be tested in a very brief moment. Flashback coming in here now. Keen completely white, and they swap sides, but Keen will be spotted. So Centron's quickly looking around, making sure no player is escaping into the middle, and that was exactly the case. So they do have the man advantage now, with smoke also being deployed here to keep the CTs guessing. I feel like Zalgiris really need to quickly come up with a plan here, as it's not really entirely clear where they're actually heading with this. I mean,
well, at the moment B side looks the best one to choose, but they're gonna head towards the A side as the election is ready in the Palace. They have 2 players in middle, 1 in connector, and Centrons is completely ready to shut down anyone coming in from jungle or any other position.
There's no smokes on the side of Zalgiris though.
As well. Yeah, so that's going to be pretty simple. Let's see if MS can get the kill. He's going to find the first one. Now MSN ready for the push from the Palace. No push happening just yet. Let's see, when will the election go out?
There's only 20 seconds remaining here. The bomb has been dropped. The rotation has already begun. And MSN somehow still puts himself in these positions. Gets 3 kills. Can he find the 4th? And gets the 4th.
One. MSN. What a beast in that situation. It's going to be the 14th round for Mighty Wolves. How great is that for them? But for Zalgiris, there is still a chance, but they need to figure something out. Yes, the money as well. So either they save this one, or maybe at least they go for some pistols. Oh, and Tarov even goes for a full buy, so they all go for the full buy. Okay, so they're going to try to do this one right here, right now. So they're not going to go for the overtime. They're going to go for this one. Let's see if there's going to be any luck for them.
So they know that the player on B side is constantly jump peeking. I mean, if they deploy a smoke at the very end of the balcony there and just leave time for a delay to just force them into believing that it is a fake, but it's not going to be the case, as the terrorists are already jumping out.
2 players burned down already, and Zek does not get the kill with the AK. He had better luck with the op, and here Emis did he spot the player. He does not spot him, and it's going to be 3-on-3 retake. So this is kind of table's turn. It's not going to be that simple for them to move in, especially with those smokes. Now that they fade, maybe they can find the players, but with that flash coming through.
The bomb is not even planted yet, so...
Centron's not going for the plant. He's still waiting, and he's going to lose the bomb. What's going on? Why did Zalgiris stop?
I mean, they probably thought that the players from short are going to be rotating quicker here. Delection does inevitably drop Emis here, and now only Keen remaining towards that short position, as MSN has found Delection, and the last player's position is known. The Molotov will be deployed, and Keen wins it out. I don't understand why Zalgiris did not plant in that situation. Like,
there was a smoke in front, you can still plant.
There was a smoke in front of you. They know where the 2 players were in short, and they were relatively far. I mean, you definitely would have made the plant, even if you would die in the process, and therefore now putting yourself in a situation where you risk it completely. I just don't understand this. Now, okay, they have enough money to purchase AKs all around the board and a few nades on their side, but they just look slightly shaken by the comeback of Mighty Wolves.
One thing I love that this is the first time we see MSN come in this position. So they still have something like in store if the game will go on further, so they can push up a player here and then see what happens. And now MSN, he has all the information that he needs.
This is going to be an A fake though, so curious to see if this is going to play off, as MSN being flushed out burns down to flames. Actually, Keen managing to find Centrons in middle there, so he's going to be rotating through T-spawn, and this is playing in Zalgiris' favor as the B side is completely open. Mighty Wolves strongly believe this is an A hit. So the remaining players on A on Zalgiris' side, just their mission is to stay alive and get as many kills as they can, but that's not going to be the case, as the election will be taken out by Kokaho here, and also Keen
you can see they're not even moving in the side, like they don't know yet that the bomb is not planted there. Only now they realize it, and they're going to move on back, and they don't know where Tarov is, but Tarov, he's going to spray down one. Look for the third. Oh, almost gets Keen, Now it's going to be one-on-one situation. Can
Keen-
Walkman do this one for his team?
He still has a defuse kit, so he can still actually win this one out as long as he can find Walkman quickly enough, and he's just clearing out positions, smoking off the bomb. He's going to tap it, and he's going to make sure that... Oh, Walkman really now just gave it away, but does he enough time? He doesn't have time, I think, to defuse this, even if he finds the kill, and Walkman will get this. So an excellent show of play. This is also like, one more time, a crucial round is a perfect round when to play a fake or a double fake, because I mean it's going to change the pace of the game in the sense that it's going to continuously keep the enemies guessing.
Yep.
Okay, so as long as the follow-up round now coming out from Zalgiris is not going to be too rushed, which it seems like might be. Look at the timing they're catching here. Nobody's in the side apart from one player, and that is going to be MSN, already surprised, but he still finds a kill there. Will be taken down by the election, and Keen getting one kill will go down to Reggie. Still 3 versus 3 situation. Evis finding another kill will go down to Walkman. It is going to be a 2 versus 2, and Kokaho from short finds Walkman. Only Centrons remaining here. 1 versus 2 situation. All or nothing for Mighty Wolves and Zalgiris.
Let's see what's going to be the case as he plants the bomb. He has 2 flashes, so he can use them early on, maybe to like now he could throw them in CT and go towards T ramp or hide in Palace, just to make sure that he buys that time. But he's not sure yet from where the enemies will come from. You can see
and
Mighty Wolves
so
are taking their
much
time.
utility on the side of Mighty Wolves. I really would like to see them deploy this. Obviously, Kokaha now looking to drop off a smoke. Okay, it seemed he was pushed ever so slightly there. So Centrons could actually make use of this, but he doesn't see the player just yet. He's spraying and he's being defused.
The is there. The ninja comes out from who it was. It was from Kokaho. He did the ninja. Mighty Wolves win it 16-11. That was crazy close game there in the middle, but in the end, Mighty Wolves they just.
Yeah, so there were a lot of turnarounds in this game, and obviously the pace of the game changed drastically. First off, starting off when it was a scoreline 5-3, Mighty Wolves one more time. They decided to take over mid control for the first time in this match, being on the T side. So just off the back, they managed to even out the score and actually getting around on top, and it was the score somewhere around 5-6 when Zalgiris did the proper adjustments and started to win out those duels. Yeah, and then the next following point was when the scoreline had already even out at 10-10. This is already the second half of the game, and obviously being in a position where you're like, you just had the lead, you had everything going for you, and now you've lost it again because Mighty Wolves did win the first round. So and in a very convincing fashion. So it's been backwards and forwards throughout this game, and when you're getting like closer and closer to these score lines, like the pressure starts to build up. And we also saw that when it was the score line 10-13. Zalgiris entered the A site, and they had everything going for them, but they just didn't know how to push it further and establish one of the pathways in their favor. So they tried to push CT, and there was like a guy around jungle area or something, but like there were no proper pop flashes being put through, meaning that they weren't able to hold off the push, and Mighty Wolves were able to get back into this game just off of this round. So I mean, Zalgiris had a chance to come back into it. They lost it. Then they had another chance to get back into it. They lost it again. So it feels like there's just a bit team play not going correctly in their direction. It's
even
not
with the coach.
Yeah, even with the coach. Like, I mean, it's not as clean. The coach is still there to advise you in terms of what you should do in general or overall. Still no, we just saw one more time like a technical pause, but no tactical pause is being taken. So I mean, I don't know what's going on in the background there. I mean, we definitely can see that the Zalgiris have made improvements. Still, Mighty Wolves is no joke to play against. So props to them for putting up a solid effort, and also on a map that we definitely know Mighty Wolves love to play. So 11-16 is a scoreline that they're happy with. Also probably a scoreline you're happy with, because we are now tied in the prediction game. We are tied in the prediction game.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna write
Who would
that
you call MVP from this game? I want to hear that.
I would say MSN has been crucial in certain plays. Like there were 2-3 rounds where he definitely got enough kills that the impact was so big from his side in those few rounds that his role was very important. Also would like to say that very solid lurking work coming out from Keen. He found really good timings in that. And on the side of Zalgiris here,
it's tough to call, but Reggie was kind of flashy. Like with all those
Reggie
pushes,
had flashy plays, so it's probably gonna go head towards his way, because we saw that also in the previous season. He had matches where he would be really flashy and then also would be quiet. So I feel like he's slowly finding his way here. I mean, if we see it in the first game, not like in the last ones, means that the player has already progressed to a point where he most likely will only progress further on as we progress throughout this season. Speaking of which, we have finally come to a conclusion to this day.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Congratulations to the person who won our Vault giveaway.
You
one
saw
more
them in the
time.
chat.
One more time, please contact us on bsl@bsl.pro. Please drop us an email. We will give you the credit to order food. If you do it fast enough, you should be in theory able to quickly make an order.
Definitely. But one thing I want to talk about is tomorrow. Quickly recap what's going to happen tomorrow. We're going to have 2 games that are going to be streamed. A Celtic versus Lithuania, as you can see now on the screens. It's going to be an interesting matchup because we saw how prepared the Celtic was with that game and how strong Lithuania is. Just damn how strong they are.
Yeah, impressive. So this seems to be a match that is going to be close, and it's going to be very dependent on the map that they play. So curious to see what they pick. I'm actually going to keep my predictions for the map picked still until tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. And then again, after that, we're going to have not like this, the team that we had in the previous season. They're still here. Very good memes about them. And of course, then as well, we have Estonia. I don't know how correctly to pronounce it, Estonia, but I guess that's the team there. I believe in that team, was it Gaborik in that team?
We can
quickly check it, because I think there was Gaborik who made that team possible.
Right, yeah, you're
exactly.
right.
Yes,
Gaborik
so he got kicked out from BESL Sports, making Estonia, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can bring to the table with all these players.
Yeah, there's a lot of names we haven't seen, so I mean, this is potentially going to be a very interesting matchup, just coming out from both sides one more time on not like this
One
side.
more thing that I believe, if I believe correctly, then Bruno mentioned me that he has a Dutch on his team, a guy from Netherlands, Gaborik. So there, I believe, is one more player out from Baltics. So it's going to be like a mixed team, and I'm not sure. Maybe it is Yori, maybe it's not Yori. But yes, so he has quite an international team, so it'd be pretty cool for them to make it to the finals.
I wonder, does he speak Estonian?
Probably not. I think they'll have English communication in the game.
Okay.
Why not?
All right. So, quick recap of today. Crazy matches as promised. I mean, we've seen stomps, we've seen close games, we've seen so many comebacks and switches of faces, we've seen overtimes in all of this, and it has been crazy so far, and it looks like everyone has been preparing for this second season. One more time, these teams are battling for a prize fund of total 9,000
Yes, exactly.
euros.
That's a big money that will be, the people will ballot out in Tallin, Saku, Suurhall, and 20th and 21st of October. So be sure to check that out in HyperTown.pro, or check out BSL.pro website for any kind of information that you need on the rosters, on the match info, how did the games ended, which maps were played. But for now, we're going to say you goodbye and see you tomorrow.